Welcome everyone to the fifth and final West Warrior edition of the Capcom Pro Tour here. We got the finest in the building when it comes to the West Coast. You know how it gets down. The familiar faces will be aplenty, including when it comes to the mic work. You know, myself, Ringe, and my man Saint Cola back in the business day. It feeling like the good part of 2020. Not a lot of it, but that was a good part of 2020 was how much we rocked the mic together. So it's good to be back once again, Cola. How are you doing, my man?
Man, always good to be on the ones and twos with you. We're going to get through this bracket, bro, at this top 8 spot, West Coast style. Let's take a look at the bracket. We've got some of these heavy hitters that y'all would expect in names that may not have made it. Chris CCH and Filipino Man as our first match of the day. Madoha, we're going up against JB. That's our winner side and loser side. Mira versus Nephew. In ending things out is going to be Jot and Flaquito. That rounds out your top 8 spot. And at the end of all this, we're going to tally up all those points and see who's going to be at the finale in the last top 8 next month. This is going to be that top spot, Capcom Cup seat.
Indeed. Remember, it's been a kind of a long journey for the West Coast as a region because their CPT Online qualifier was the very first one in the 2022 season to actually qualify for the next Capcom Cup, where Samurai, of course, the mainstay of the West Coast, one of the pillars of the California scene, holding it down and claiming his spot. But I need y'all to claim these codes to increase this Matcherino prize pool. You know how it gets down. We got the codes up for you to get a plenty with. And then, of course, we got the quest to Twitch, Twitter, all the like, and you can contribute directly from your wallet if you're feeling that generous.
Go ahead and run them codes. Talk about broke FGC. Prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. Y'all spend that time out here with this codes. I'll tell you one thing. You definitely prove the people wrong about how broke we are, but I'll tell you what, we ain't gonna be broke when it comes to hot heat action out here, Street Fighter 5 style. I'm glad that we in this good sort of. I'm glad that if we're ending the game out like this, it's gonna be a good way. A lot of variety. Obviously, you see the Lukes, but Rashids are still plenty. Laura still out here doing a lot of business too as well. And even before all of this, we see the likes of Nephew switch around these characters, getting back and forth to Luke. We see him also with the Cody and sometimes with the Colleen, but we're gonna see who's gonna take between the two friends out here, the best buddies. Man, oh man, Chris CCH has been definitely in the dominant spot out here for the West Coast. I feel like he might be the best in the West, but Samurai might have something to say about that since he did take that CPT, but I feel like Chris CCH is coming into his own lately, winning a lot of these tournaments, doing really well at these tournaments in the top spot, getting some points. So, you know,
for sure. The thing about Samurai though is that isn't that the spot where he excels at the most? He's like, I get to win first and now I get to go meditate for the next 6 months and not have to really worry about anything results wise. I think he's gonna be a scary fella come Capcom Cup. But right now we are talking about the regional calls and we got Chris CCH versus Filipino Man, a battle of best friends, and I know he'd be flaming Chris on that one. What the hell was that Thunder Knuckle, bro?
Yeah, man, why you not landing the right combo? Oh, we get the target combo though. Off in the corner, EX connects with the DP, I should say. Filipino Man was talking about how he was gonna run the Chun-Li pick in the stream of Chris CCH, but Chris putting hands on Mans right here up in the corner.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. Oh yeah, Chun is a neutral monster after all, and you want to fight fire with fire when it comes to Luke, right? You can't get bullied on the ground, but that's exactly what's happening anyway. Chris CCH, easy V-trigger confirm off the whiff kick. Yeah.
Knew what was coming through too. Saw the bar at the bottom flashing, backed up for that fierce with that fist to face. Let's see what the Filipino Man does. I do like Chun-Li in this match. I like her back heavy kick. I think it's a really good option. Her standing heavy kick in general, just standing fierce. All those buttons are going to outrange what Luke wants to do in the mid-range and stop the preemptive fireballs. But Chris CCH is go straight to the danger. We talked about on sets how he uses that standing light punch to reach, have that forward reach to get in that right range. And the medium punch will definitely help out too as well.
Yeah, oh, I like him using the forward fierce as well. That's going to be one of Luke's longer range options, right? So he's going to show that every now and then. Try to combat this range that Chun-Li is so good at. We got to confirm already. Corner not quite there just yet. My goodness, I don't know what he was expecting there. Maybe a reversal super? You think Anton was going to do that to you, bro? They've had sets, man.
It's the layers upon layers right there.
Anton will reversal super me in tournament.
Yeah. That clip. EX again. The bust out situation for the win this time. Filipino Man with the bust out.
I said reversal super, but that's just as good, right? It was probably what he was actually looking for was that EX bird kick.
The round. Back with the plasma, both of them.
Good confirm from Filipino man. Definitely willing to spin that bar. He's got another one loaded anyway. Yeah, another thing that Chun has in this matchup too, once she gets that V trigger, she can more freely like fish with a slide under the fireball as well, right? Because Luke's gonna be wanting to do that because of how her normal's outranging him a lot of the time. But Chris, he hasn't been too fireball happy, honestly.
Yeah, it's that light punch. Talked about on set. And now the medium punch too as well. A ton of damage. That corner carry. Ooh.
Yeah, the
corner call. DP into the super. That's it. Bruh, this character. Oh wait, she's still alive.
Okay, she fully loaded on meter too. Can Anton get a chance to play? Oh, he's trying with that slide. Chris is definitely staying outside that range. He doesn't want to let him go into it freely. Is he just standing outside? Ooh, even walking in, trying to get him to do it. There it is on block at the very least.
Too bad. Oh, such a big lead right here. Let's back up a little bit. Let it whiff. Get the hit. Oh, that's it. He fears. Ooh, he wants it. He's looking for it. What's that jab? Filipino man, even give it to him.
Chris being very conservative. You see, just doing the crouch jabs too. Doesn't even want to do the stand jab. Punch full on -4, and he stuffs the dash. Easy check right there. And I mean, it was definitely going to take a lock. The player of Chris CCH's caliber, he's not going to throw around like that away, a lead like that away. So it was going to be a long shot for Anton no matter what.
Yeah, closeouts are really good for the likes of Luke. So you got stand light kick. Crouching light kick is really good range too on it too as well. Yeah. The V trigger, just putting these situations where you have such a big lead. Chris, the first game going to him, but Filipino man did have something to say early up in these rounds going down and already getting a medium counter hit, all started all the way to the corner. But Chris striking back like that gets the Oki.
Yeah, Anton just dashed at him. He's like, round start, dash at you. It's just funny to see the decisions between these two because normally I think both very, I don't want to say conservative players, but they like to make the optimal decision a lot of the time. Anton will go a little bit nuttier than Chris, but I don't see him starting rounds off like that commonly.
Layers upon layers. Like the sandwich with that throw. Goes to the corner, sweep, the activation. Fishing with that crouch medium punch, trying to get a bait, trying to get something on that bait. Backs up. Getting closer and closer to that V trigger. So I do like Chris backing up because that V trigger is going to come eventually. One more hit on block for the B skill. Activation. Charge up. If he gets the guard break, it's over. And into the super. Yes, sir. Even with the scale damage, you should be dead.
Yeah, even with the scale damage here, the minimum damage from the super is going to be enough. I love that setup for Filipino man right there. Dropping it early to set up the fully charged, unblockable Kokosho. I mean, this man is a Chun-Li player. Let's not get it twisted. Rose is his bait too, but he's got two.
Yeah, he got two. Like, he got the sign on the side.
Yeah, like both of these characters, he loves them both a lot.
Definitely seeing the work ethic that he's got too as well, and what he's done against his character and how he sets himself up for success right there to get that win. There's a lot more, Chris, with the target combo. B-shift this time for Filipino man. Instead of blocking it out, do something different on defense. I like that wake-up option and stopping him from B-skilling. Getting that charge up that dishes out so much damage for Luke.
Yeah, Chris is going with the default loadout, but Filipino man's making his way in. Finds him in the corner, has definitely the advantage screen-wise. I love the V-shift there as well. Able to get out of the guess situation, still maintain your space control, very smart.
Complain about the normals of Luke, and rightly so, but this is the real elite right here. Fear standing heavy kick. Ooh, the fireballs though. It's a fireball to Fierce. Gets a knockdown. EX fireball, lock him down, waiting and baiting. Crush me kick could have been a little bit more off of it. But he only needs like one more hit right now, and the slide apply will do what it has to do. Filipino man back in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I love the spacing in which he chose to slide right there. You saw that Chris ended up kind of walking into it because he was at that max range, right? Where if it ended up being blocked, he wasn't going to get much of a punish anyway. So expert stuff again from Filipino man. He just knows this character so well, and he knows Chris so well too. So on top of everything else, I mean, this is, you could see the tiny measurements, the minuscule movements that are making up these hits in neutral.
I like it. I like how comfortable Filipino man is to utilize this V skill too, that you don't typically see a lot of Chun-Li players being able to use it as an anti-fireball thing. And right here, that's a really good anti-fireball. But we talked about that heavy kick, and again, this time for the Oki off that EX situation. Hold this back though, bro, for the stun. Trying to get it done. Make him see stars like Hollywood Boulevard.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He's on TSM now. He sees a couple of esports stars, more than he did before. I see you, Chris CCH, moving up in the world.
See for the throw. Go to pressure. Good for Luke. You got those mediums. EX right here. And that feature to back you up.
Yeah, exactly. Anton, he's got a good life lead here, but how comfortable are you going to be with it back against the wall? Luke raining the V-triggers down as well. Look at the chip, even. That's been significant. Have to worry about that. The gray life. And I mean, there's a little bit of help that Chris CH has. No confirm there. Could have been lights out, honestly.
Yes, sir. There's nothing there. What are you fighting? What are you striking at, your demons?
For real. Man, this is a ghetto boy shadow boxing right now. He's hitting the concrete. There's nobody there, my man.
Not hitting the concrete.
Yeah, bro. I don't know what's going down. Bloody knuckles right there. It's okay, though. Chris CCH, I don't know if he had an execution error, there was a hiccup in the connection, or whatever have you, but he's down around and down some meter because of it.
Sure. Not what you typically be. You want to change up what you do with the fireballs too as well. You know, the speed of the fireballs, the EX addition every so often. Filipino man can't catch a black with a heavy kick or that V skill in. In fireball right there. Safe and easy pressure on the side of Chris CCH. But Filipino man striking a little bit harder with his heavy kicks. Ooh, walked in the medium, that charge knuckle and the chaser. No shot.
Yeah, it looks like Chris has been adjusting because of how many times he got duffed by that stand heavy kick last round, right? He definitely seems like whenever Chun-Li has gotten into that range, he's gone with a quick option to kind of change the spacing, make sure he beats her to the punch. Very smart adjustment from Chris in this round.
No activation just yet for Filipino man.
And look at that, even right there, right? Just stay ducking on it and then get the punish afterwards. So good from Chris.
I kind of like this changeup though, because this is what Luke can do. We see it from Tokido, being a little bit on the patient side, utilizing like the light buttons, the mediums, but more often the lights and the fireballs, and poking your way in. It's not really about getting those optimal conversions all the time, but just pushing them in the corner and then getting grizzly with it.
Yeah, the corner game on Luke, I mean, is terrifying, bro. So whenever you get pushed there, you just feel the pressure. The opponent itself just starts to crumble because of it. Now, Chris,
there we go.
Beautiful low forward confirm right there. Reached the corner as well, so he got some extra damage. Times the meaty well. Anton now on the verge of stun. Still waking up with buttons, though. Chris, since he was fully loaded, respected the EX reversal. What a shimmy.
That's an EX. Legs right there. Gets a knockdown. Oh, we're going for the damage right there. The throw, too, as well. Word opening. Here's Chris. The activation off the medium. Still anybody's game. But Chris has got that bar at the bottom. Ding, for a little bit. Ooh, you thought you could do that? No, sir. One more hit. You try to get that chip, no dip. Get it off the light.
And Anton, I mean, Anton felt a little shaky to me at the end there. Filipino man going with the slide, you know, with no V trigger to back it up. That was an easy punish for Chris because of that. Yeah, definitely looked a little spooky, looked a little shook, but it's all right. We still got another game to go for Chris at least. Anton's still going to need 2 more to take the set. But yeah.
Round 1.
Not too terrible. You know, despite what the score says, it's still a pretty close match between the two. Round star overhead?
I'm telling you,
Chris,
I told
you good?
The decision
almost send it to your
between
sponsor,
these two.
I'm gonna send it to your sponsor. You unusual for that one, bro. TSM won't get an email from me. He did round star overhead, bro.
It's like, where's the human resources department at TSM? I got a complaint. This is harassment right here. Like, bro, like we can't commentate matches like this. What is offensive?
Disgusting. Except with the buttons. I like that off the light, getting the Oki off that situation, and now it's got the B bar at the bottom of the B trigger and eyeing that intention of the fireball off that big medium. Gets the anti-air right there. Man, the Superman. And then with the
Man, clipped him in the air, followed it up on the ground to buttery smooth from Chris CCH. We on set point.
Felt like long. A lot more aggressive. Full fierce with the crush, followed with the fireball and the DP.
He's feeling it now. He wanted that counter hit combo again. Looking for Filipino man to flinch on the plus frames, but staying solid for now.
These buds every so often. The fierce, yes sir.
Great,
I like that side switch. Yes. EXDP though, Chris. Oh, he busted out. Gets an activation. So I'm gonna jump in. No anti-air.
Jumps away from the EX as well. Tries to punish when he lands. Okay, we get to pop the V trigger. Push to the corner now, but it's so scary to make a move.
On either side too. All that bar at the bottom. Walk up throw. There you go. The knuckle sandwich seals the deal. Chris CCH taking it 3-1 over Filipino man and moving on in the stacked ass bracket.
Well done from Chris CCH right there. From what I recall, most of the game, he really went heavy with the frame traps, tried to catch Filambito Man flinching a lot of the time. So right there at the end, using, I believe he had the plus frame flash knuckle because of the install. So just walks up and throws them after all the conditioning with the frame traps. I mean, textbook play. That's how you're supposed to get it done with Luke. That's why he's one of the best in the business. That's why I'm pretty sure he's at the top of the leaderboard for the West Coast. Chris is the man.
Yes, absolutely. But Filipino Man is not out just yet. He'll be down on the loser side, but that is where the Sharks live too as well. We're not going to go down there just yet. We got Matoha versus JB first, and that is not going to be very easy for the likes of Matoha, man. Balrog kind of gets a little bit destroyed by the likes of Rashid able to punish the -4 situation easily with the mixer. And then also the anti-air game is kind of hard against likes of Rashid. The dive kicks, the heavy kicks, jump fierce, all those things are real nasty for Balrog to deal with. And the anti-cross-up situation, not so good for Rog.
100%, man. I think you make a great points when it comes to the matchup based on the characters, but I have a lot of faith in Matoha. I won't front. Matoha has held it down on this Balrog throughout Street Fighter V's lifespan. My man likes to get grimy. He likes to duff people. He's down for a slobber knocker type match. And I mean, JB, he's not too adverse to something like that, right? We've seen JB get down in the mud, in the dirt. So I feel like if that's kind of what we're going to see here in regards to the tempo or the pace, Matoha maybe strike first, maybe get a couple of games early, maybe force some adjustments out of JB. Or, like you said, considering the matchup, JB could run away with it. I mean, he is one of the best in the business as well.
100%. I mean, you're definitely right in terms of like their play style, very similar. It might be one of those situations where whoever gets that first hit or that first sort of momentum shift is going to be the victor. For Balrog, that's damage. For likes of Rashid, that's corner carry, even on block to make it drop. So we'll have to see what happens there. Matoha, man, that is I love that dude, but I remember when he revealed what was behind him, it was like a whole jar of mustard. I was like, yeah, you a Balrog player for that one. You got a whole jar of mustard that he's like, yeah, I just use that if I need to dip something. I'm like, you a Balrog player.
What you mean you got the mustard jar to dip things? Nah, what's he dipping in there?
Bro, go to his stream when he streams, I'm telling you. JB with the
mustard, bro. Oh yeah, that's the Christmas outfit technically. Oh yeah, I guess he's playing Ken in the first place, should be noted. That's a good point. I was like, oh, Christmas Ken. I agree with your point, Saykola. Oh wait, it's JB. That's a little bit more notable.
It's different.
But yeah, man, it's cool seeing a lot of these players kind of try out or just experiment with Ken more. Obviously, some players that went away from them, but there's brand new players to the character as well. I mean, he fits someone like JB super well, right? Like, he kind of has that both like good footsies, but also just some of the scariest rush down in the game.
100%. This character's real good and falls to Fireball. Oh, looking a little lost at why JB picked the character and lost how to deal with this matchup. But yeah, Ken's been just better and better after all these seasons, after all the Ken players have made 20-page documents and sent over to Capcom. They were like, fine, we'll give you an easy punish on -4 situations with the DP. And already, get the corner carry and how V-shift and V-break definitely helps this character. And I was able to punish those situations too as well. So Ken, real good, but Matoha striking back. It's the EX, back to mid-screen.
Yeah, that man Matoha, he always gonna make you earn it at the end of the day. He's one of those players. He never folds. He never really crumbles under pressure. Like, he stays solid through and through. And oh man, as you can see, with the damage output on Balrog, it's always scary to play against someone like that.
You know what JB wanted? He said, I want a real DP now. You took that away from Rashid. I got a real reversal on Wake Up. Plus frames, yep, that's one. Strike it back is the Balrog. Just yet.
Oh God. Both of them trying to find that strike. Oh, the raw V shift.
Ooh, that's punishable. I don't know what you're talking comboing in, but you're not going to get your win like that. And thought he had to confirm. Unfortunate JB with an immediate punish. And man, Ken is looking a little nasty. I've seen it every so often, but I guess he's really sticking with this as a secondary, another character to play. But it definitely looks like it's almost as solid as his Rashid.
That's dope. That's dope. I mean, JB has been competing in these World Warrior events in the West Coast thoroughly, right? Pretty much, I'm pretty sure he's entered at least every one. So because of that, I imagine he's going to be firmly in the finals. So I think right now he's trying to sharpen all the tools in his arsenal, you know?
That's a little goal right there. That DP, unfortunately, didn't punch for free. Light, anti-air, good stuff. I thought I'd stack it up so he gets those right sort of anti-airs. I like that. That movement is so important for the likes of Balrog to always have that charge and be in the right distance for the anti-airs and catches him on the way down again. Not staying too pinned down on the ground.
Yeah, it's funny. That's how we saw him lose the first game, right? Like he tried to go with the target combo after the air Tatsu, but JB didn't press anything after that. This time he does get counter hit on his attempt. Oh, and he's gonna get crush countered after the DP fails to confirm from the low forward.
Oof. That is unfortunate. This is not the JB we just saw last game. I don't know what happened, man. So switched the controller or gave it to somebody else. There he has the buffer right there, the DP and the corner carry. EX clips him with the low though. Oh, fighting back. The bar at the bottom.
I like JB looking for this stand medium punch. Oh, but you can see that failed confirm last time, has him shook a little bit, right? Didn't believe in that one.
Gotta believe. No, it ain't Sunday, but you gotta believe, my friend. You gotta believe. These hit confirms. There you go. You got those off that medium. Off the low. V-trigger activation, side switch. No side switch, I should say.
Very smart. Yeah, Matoha was looking for a reversal last game. Oh, great stuff from JB right there. So he lands and throws the first V reversal. He goes with another throw afterwards to give him nothing to V reversal. And that hezzy right there, we did the perfect amount of time to get him to flinch.
Some of the best point pressure in the business. He takes you there expeditiously and then continuously loops you in that pressure sequence. And that was just the general type, right? But he's got the ace fireball, he's got these good bufferable normals, walk back with the cross community kick and things like that. The heavy kick too as well. Trying to find his way out. He'll definitely do so with the target combo, get the knockdown. But a buffer gets a fierce.
Oh.
JB again with the lion breaker.
Catching him reaching. Lessons are being dealt out right now. We're gonna get an air hit, so yeah, can't do much off of that. Even with the V trigger, immediate V reversal. JB's like, you got to guess for your life after that. Matoha not quick with the trigger. Maybe could have C8 if he was feeling real gutsy about it, but JB closing it out solidly.
Dang, this is looking back to it dominantly how it was in the previous match that they had. And JB, man, this Ken looking real sick with it. Matoha is finding better moments. He's finding better anti-airs and things like that. Switch up where he stands. He punished the Tatsu and things like that. And caught JB before he could even land. However, and some of these buttons are being stuck out that are giving JB a way to put him in the corner continuously. JB's looking for those buttons. So now we see Matoha utilizing the lights ever so often. But as soon as I say that, commentators curse. Oh, no way. Back in the driver's seat, that combo. He's good. He's bad.
I'm so surprised we've seen JB so reliably buffer that stand medium punch or hit confirm it, but that time he does let it get away, but it's all right. Ends up getting the back throw. Now we got the corner situation. Damage has been adding up. Matoha is trying to find a big hit, something to activate the V trigger off of perhaps, but JB staying just outside that fierce range.
Do it. Do it. I wish you would. Dash up throw though. Etiquette keeps meaty. Neutral jump. And the punish on the landing. Oh my God. JB now gonna be on that point after the one more situation, one more guesser game, looking long.
Ooh, Matoha trying to get real intimate. I know it's cuffing season, bro, but JB is taken. You can't be trying to get real close to him like that. No throws here.
See his Instagram.
Yeah.
See his Instagram. My man is dangerous on his Instagram.
Oh man, that's all.
Chill.
You know what? I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. I wanted to build on that, but you know what, JB? Live your life, brother. Ooh, this jump fears perfect to end it. Oh man, I see the perfect tens on a JB Instagram. You know what?
Yeah.
Winners finals, JB and Chris CCH. Not too many people are gonna be surprised by that one. Two of the heaviest hitters the coast has to offer. Two of the most well-versed and experienced players in Street Fighter as well. So big ups to them. We'll see them a little bit later. Matoha, yeah, man, it was looking rough up against the Ken. It looked like he definitely was expecting the Rashid. Kind of couldn't quite get a handle on the tempo that JB was presented. I mean, JB just running roughshod.
Absolutely. Dog was definitely real grounded with it too. You really like to see Kens every so often go for like EX dive kick against maybe the medium punch that Balrog would present. That's what I've seen in some of the matches I've seen between those two characters. But he kept it grounded, patient, outpoked the character, and taking away that favorite button of Balrog's to stand fierce consistently, being a little free. So don't be free. Hit up them codes right now. You know what I'll do? You know what I'll do? The Christmas season's coming up. If you put in a code, you'll open up a beautiful present from me that is a blessing on your next match. Casual, ranked, money, anything. And if you put in a code right now, I'll bless your next match. How about that, chat?
The same Cola Boon. That's valuable. That's valuable stuff right there. Worth way more than free 99, which is what the code is if you want to keep claiming them up. And we got a bunch of quests you could do to contribute to the pot as well that costs you nothing. Twitch and Twitter quests you see on the side below that claim code button. Of course, you can hit that big gold contribute if you're looking to directly fund as well.
Big in your pockets because we got some more action for all of you. Satiate your needs. And this is loser side.
Oh, hopping right into it.
Oh yeah, we're gonna send some people home. So tag him a bag and get him out of here. Mira versus Nephew on the Cody.
Man, these two explosive characters right here, bro. I want to see. They're definitely two players that will, at least Mira, she likes to definitely up the pace, up the tempo. Nephew, I think, you got to play in that, but doesn't necessarily prefer it. We'll see how he goes with Cody.
Yeah, he's more of like the lame side. I've seen him as over the years be a little bit more on the lamer side. I think Cody kind of helps out because you're always worried about like the zonk. You're always like, what is he doing over in the corner? He's charging. You're letting him win by letting him charge.
Oh my goodness. And yeah, Nephew just staying solid with her, right? Needing on the wake up in case Mira was feeling frisky, and she was. So quick punish in there. And yeah, I just think Nephew coming from the pedigree that he does, right? Where he lived with Punk for so long and ended up getting so much experience during that time. Playing against someone like that is going to influence your style, right? Like playing against them every day, knowing that they're better. And you can kind of see that pedigree in Nephew's style of play. That's all he wants to do. He's looking for the shimmies. He's looking for the throw baits. I mean, this is classic Street Fighter 5 right now. Oh my goodness, Mira.
Oh, again. Oh, off the medium. Is that gonna kill? One more hit, Will?
Oh, he looked for it one more time.
Bro, he knows. Stop the party before you even start. Saw the B trigger that medium kick. And that's it.
Yeah, man. That was rough. Nephew, of course, utilizing that medium kick, a great round closer as well. You can see the distance on it. Very, very strong. And Mira, I mean, as Laura, there's not much you're going to be able to do there, right? You're going to have to get close. Even charging up the Thunderbolt or Thunderclap in a situation like that where the trade can kill you, I mean, it's not a safe space.
Take that trade. He has the health to play with that transaction. Medium roughing, get the knockdown. He's in that range to stop the fireball too as well. That fireball, as you said, the party starter, is getting stopped. Crouch media kick, medium punch, all those things will definitely do the damage. EX getting in, V reversal situation, you in the corner.
Ooh, even the sway right there, right? He'll take that, gets the hard knockdown after buffer behind that one. Knows the post throw tag against this character well.
Light, medium, nothing after that though. Nephew, try to get some of these pokes going and throwing and finishing the job because you do not want to have to deal with V-trigger. Definitely kill. One good interaction.
Indeed, and the crouch low. Definitely very scary with the knife out. Gives Cody way more damage output than he otherwise has off of a low option. Oh, we didn't need that.
Again. Go with that EX on. Now with the fireball out. Oh, you're just gonna drop and follow the fireball? Thought it was gonna protect you. Actually, I was surprised it didn't actually.
Yeah, right. I mean,
charge up, but damn.
Mira had to have reeled back in that moment, right? Definitely expecting the Thunderclap to absorb the fireball. That's rough for sure.
That's an eye roll right there. That's one of those like, are you serious? In, medium ruffian. Down the pressure in the corner. I like that. We're seeing more of these crush counter buttons come out from Mira to check the medium kick. The party system take the wheel a bit.
Yeah, most definitely. He made some decent adjustments so far. Now some damage on Nephew has at least changed the pace up, and yeah, now we get to go on the offensive. Oh, back dash from Nephew. He knew the command grab was coming.
It's fireball, but still able to stay solid the situation. Medium might have worked at that distance, but still Nephew with this bar and his V-trigger will still do a lot of damage either way. Oki can't press right there.
And we've seen Nephew, he's been going to that time and time again, right? He hasn't been trying to do too many shimmies on the wake up. He's mainly stuck with the meaties. He's kind of set up the throw baits a little bit heavier with a block normal first. So yeah, I mean, that has been his key to taking down Mira in these final moments, and it has worked out time and time again.
It's already good enough that he's been stopping the V-trigger from happening for the most part, but now that he's surviving against the V-trigger, which is like the other layer that you have to deal with when it comes to this character, is real good too. And it might be through right here for Mira, because right now Nephew is on game point. Challenge with the light though, round or a wake up situation. Crush. Oh, she tried to get real nasty, but it didn't work against the likes of Nephew.
Indeed. Oh, Nephew though, he is trying to slug it out right now. He's getting stunned for it. Just challenging Mira's Laura in the midst of all this chaos. Again, you can see
Fireball.
shut down. My man was trying. He was trying to fight for his life.
Fight for my life. They beating his butt up in the quote tweets right now. They're striking back. She delayed a little bit, but got caught with the light kick. Not sure what she's looking for, but now it's looking deadly. She's up in the corner. Nephew looking sturdy. That stun is rising.
Okay, yeah. Again, Mira is trying to be careful about the approach. Doesn't have a lot of health to sacrifice, but at least have the round. Nephew, I was going to say, V-trigger activate off this one. Does try to throw there. It's kind of surprising. You've seen him go through so many kind of meaties and setting it up with a normal first.
The trade he'll definitely take. Walk up, throw there you go. Gets to go the next round going down with all this bar at the bottom. But a quick win. That means a lot of EX Zonks or some damage in the deck. Either way, Nephew is sitting on set point and still fairly comfortable. Mira's been exemplifying more the EX bar utilized to get some of the space in against his character, but it's still hard in the neutral. As soon as I say that, never mind. Nephew waking up with buttons and finally confirms that he needs to follow up with the V skill. Again, one more hit will get the stun. She fights back, try to get that activation. It's gonna be off this fireball on block.
Set it up in the corner once more. Ooh, just bets on the V skill and then the low activate. Doesn't actually get the combo though.
So with the snipe. Jumps in, stays in front with the medium. Eats fireball, light, command grab. Let's wait the situation for Nephew. Just blocks it out. The challenge.
Would I
cut the super.
Nephew taking the spot perfectly once again. No charging any type of thunderclap in my face. Don't even go for a block string involving that. Startup gets stuffed, and with the CA on deck, I mean, yeah, it was an easy kill. Great stuff from Nephew. Gonna be moving on in the losers bracket. Surprising to see him there already, but I mean, Mans is looking deadly.
That's true. But you know what it do with the likes of Nephew coming through with that Cody. I saw him play a little bit of Luke when he had to fight Blar Lad yesterday, but the fact that this Cody looks so strong already, and I feel like he's only picked it up a couple months ago, is testament to the power of Nephew. Mira out of the tournament for right now. We'll see how everything goes down with the points a bit later on. We'll tackle all the tallying and stuff like that. When it gets over, I don't want to make any calls, things like that, because things will shift around. But Nephew with a dominant 3-0. Next match will be Jot versus Flaquita. We talk about these Codys. Ooh. Jot, one of his many characters, beyond the Manad, the Vega, and stuff like that, has been the Cody lately.
Yeah, it's cool to see like these players that have been playing Street Fighter V the whole time pick up these characters quickly, like the Jot with the Cody, or like we just saw Nephew with the Cody, or JB with the Ken. And it really is a testament to them being very good at the game, but also knowing themselves as players, right? Like we said, the Ken fits JB perfectly. Like you could see the Rashid play in his Ken. Same thing I feel like with the Cody, right? You feel the Colleen, that fundamental style of slow, lamer type play that Nephew likes to go for. I mean, it's definitely amplified with the Cody and the way he chooses to play the character. So it's cool just to see these players know themselves and the game so well. I mean, that's what you get when the game is like, you know, I mean, how many 5, 6, 7 years into its competitive cycle now? So I mean, yeah, these players are good.
These players are definitely good. And this is the final season right here where everything has shifted in a way. The meta, I feel like it allows you to stay more solid because of the V-shift that you break and the way things are balanced. So every character's a threat. So it's good, as you said again, for these players to be able to find new characters, pick them up, and stay solid. And they definitely have to stay solid out here because Warrior events is nothing to sneeze at. You have the top people, the top spots coming out, trying to get those seats, those top 8 seats that we have for next month. Got Flaquito on the jury. I don't even know if I've ever seen this jury. I'm gonna be Flaquito. What is this jury?
Yeah, I mean, you know, these players trying to sharpen their tools before the World Warrior event finale, right? So again, a lot of these players definitely going to be in that finale for the West Coast, competing for that Capcom Cup spot. So more characters give you a better chance to win.
That's true. Jot getting in, flip up situation, gets that throw though. You caught from the corner, bro. EXVP Flaquito, look at the activation like that from Jot. Sniffed it out, didn't get the hit that he wanted, but still has Flaquito caught from the corner. Off the light, that stun, and done builds up some bar and the up knife for some style points. Jot with the first one.
Round 2. Fight.
All right, John, indeed on that. Cody been smooth, as you said, right? Definitely a type of character that fits him as well. He really likes his in and out style. Got some good normals, got some good range. And yeah, he's got a zonk held down always. Definitely a monster when it comes to that.
I like that. That's going to be accessing a lot of that damage, surprise factor. And that stun, again, the weighted and baited EXP. See this man's victory, because it's over. Yep, follow up with the heavy zonk. As you pointed out, the heaviest of zonks. Held that sucker down since yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, he's a Monopoly player too, right? He holds buttons. He holds them down. The commitment issues, not in Jot's side of things. That's for sure.
All right, Flaquito. I don't know about this jury, dog. We'll see.
Oh, he's going back into it. I'm actually kind of surprised. It looked like for a second there we were getting a hesitation to go back into the character select.
Oh, he whiff punished that butt. Dang, Jot, you are a Cody player. Whiff punish like ain't no business. Back though for the stun. Uh-oh, Flaquito. My guy, we might have to have you switch soon. This is looking long. This is a perfect KO, bro. We're gonna have to have you switch, my friend.
Round 2. Fight.
Punish again. The medium. HCP though from Flaquito busting out. Still caught up in the corner.
Ooh, okay, challenges there, but yeah, you can see, right, the jury just doesn't look as clean as it needs to be. No light confirms at this level. That's gonna cost you. You need to make every opportunity count. Again, just backing up a little bit here. It does have the V trigger activated at least. Yeah, that's gonna give him a nice little confirm off the medium kick. Oh my goodness, the defense from Jot though, the jump back, stuffing the approach on the fireball, interrupting right there. I love it.
Bro, my man really able to interrupt with that medium kick, topping the rest of that V trigger. One more good hit in the knife cut will seal the deal. He's looking for it. He hunting for it. Just one good hit. He said, give me it, give me it, give me it.
All that's needed is one shank, brother. Oh, yeah, you just got to guess at that point. Guess for your life. Strike or throw off the plus range from the zonk. You're in the corner as well, so it's not even like you got any space after the zonk. He's right there in your face. It was all bad.
+1 ignorant stuff right there. Jot 2. All right, Flaquito. Surely to the road.
Round 1.
Whoa. Nope. All right.
Fight.
Ride or die, baby. Let's go. Show me something, Jot. Show me something, Flaquito. I was gonna say Jot, but Jot don't show me the whole business with this character. Charge up combos and things like that. All the EA exclusive confirms that you need to see. Flaquito.
It's custom season, baby. I'm proud of these West Coast players. They're committed. They're showing it out. Ooh, it might be paying off. It might be paying off here. He is going to get the stun in the round, and because of that, all right, maybe he's finally found his groove here. Perfect KO. Honestly, that's not as encouraging, like as you may think, because it's a perfect, right? Like for me, it's kind of like indicative of a round that just went completely your way. Like I'd be more impressed with a round that went close and then he was able to clutch it out. Right now, he's kind of just been able to get the first hit and then just run over Jot.
Exactly. And Cody's defense is it's weird. It's not bad, it's weird. You've got like sand, you've got the V-skill sway too as well. You only have a 4 print TNA, but it's not terrible, but it's definitely different. But I like that Flaquito's harassing Jot in the corner. Gets the activation, the flip kick with it. Jot wasn't looking out for it. Flip out situation, Jot with the light of the EX. Hard one, so wasn't able to get the wall bounce. But pushing him to the corner, looking for a whip punch off that knife. Took a dang limb. Never mind, you're fine. Flaquito with the confirms and finds a fish off that V trigger finally. Flaquito, okay, my bad. Let me pull back what I said, bro. You got a jury. My bad.
And that's what I was hoping to see, is that second round right there where Jot was able to fight out of the corner. Both players were kind of at a dangerous life health where one or two things that could have gone wrong meant the round for Jot. If Flaquito able to clutch it out right there, get a big hit at the end with the roundhouse, I believe that was impressive.
Yeah, when you're in a stressful situation, when the round's a little bit more even with both the players, that's where they really start to shine. That's a good point.
Yeah, I'm glad to see it. John now, I know he's scheming on his own, bro. Slowly but surely. He's got an EX bar as well.
You land that heavy one. Oh, this I'll just get this EX. There it is, right there in the V skill.
Lord.
Yo, check that. He's dead. Almost dead off of a few hits. That's the Cody play there. Throw to ground. Dash up throw again. Can't do raw activation. Not that close.
Ooh,
Bad situation. Crush.
Such a shame Flaquito puts him on a magic pixel. Does get challenged. Oh, so close to getting around and continuing that momentum. That was a heartbreaker that the combo did not kill.
So close to doing so too. Jot now on set point. Looking fantastic with this Cody, but Flaquito does have something to say to the jury. The V skill is so different. We see that exemplified in like the V trick, but outside of it, not really that much. I'm curious if he's gonna be able to maybe find a way to play with it, or he'll just get meaty with it. I like that. The DP, jumping heavy kick, goes off the low though. Nothing off that light punch though. Still has a pop in the corner. Buffer does rising.
Yes, a good
Goal trade.
Flaquito. The fireball on him, bro. Oh, he was trying to not let that stun start dissipating, but John gets deactivate.
Criminal. Trying to open him up. Put him in the corner. Interruption with the medium. The throw. Chokes them down the ground. EX. Plus frames. EXDP though from Flaquito. The die. EXDP the dash in this time. Flaquito.
That was nice.
That was
hella nice anti-air right there. You thought you were gonna neutral jump on me? Nah. And perhaps looking for the flip kick from Flaquito, and it worked out earlier, so not a bad decision from Ja, but Flaquito was one step ahead, and then again fighting it out.
Like what he does after these mediums. He's kind of checking the waters, testing the waters a little bit. Catches you walking back with a crouch unit kick, or he'll go for the walk-up throw. Activation. Flaquito. Gonna put Ja in a bad situation. Off these confirms. Gets a corner carry. Trying to get that stun. Keeps himself up in the game.
That was such a good moment for Drop the challenge right there. And now he's gonna let that stun bar dissipate. It's a very even game here. Oh my goodness, tagging her with the knife. Oh, she kicked the knife. That was too sick.
Get that out of here. That was dope. Flaquito with the timing.
Jury's feet greater than blades. Let's keep that clear. Everyone should know.
The calluses against the guts.
Yeah. Is the feet y'all obsessed with? They're callous that hard, bro?
The jury players like, it might be a good night right here.
Oh yeah, it could definitely be the V reversal.
Oh, the medium kick. You like feet? I got them for you. The size 15s.
Cody wins.
Man, well done from Ja right there, able to close it out, put the pressure on Flaquito in the corner, really just bullied him to the other side, right? That sequence of events started with Jot cornered, and all he needed was that one challenge. He picked the perfect time to do it. His stun bar was starting to build, right? And you could tell that Flaquito didn't want to let the stun bar start to dissipate. So the way he was timing his normals, Jot immediately knew that window to actually like challenge and get into the V trigger activate. And from there, it's enough time to where the stun bar is going to deplete. So that was just great management of resources and awareness from Jot for sure.
Yeah, good stuff from Jot. That Cody definitely looking real nice. I remember telling him, Jot, was it? I know you watched this. Like, was it like 2 months ago? Please don't play him. I want you to try to qualify. Don't be playing that character, bro. Get that Cody out. This is looking super sick with it. And again, the West Coast, I got to give him a lot of good credit because a lot of these players, as we keep pointing out, are so strong with the secondary, tertiary, or new characters and new mains with the quickness. And it just shows how committed they are and staying solid up in these seasons. Even after the CPT had left, and there was time, like a lot of time before the World Warrior events were even announced, like people were still grinding out and still staying solid, still being out in these tournaments in the top 8 spots, things like that. West Coast still strong out here. Let's see stronger for this bracket. We still got more to go, more to play. Matoha going up immediately against Young Neff.
Big Neff back in the building.
Round one.
Going up against Matoha. Yeah, again, 2 heavy hitters right here. Matoha he has the duty of taking down the transplants, right? JB and Nephew back to back. A tough task to deal with.
Absolutely. Definitely difficult, but man, I think Cody does well in this matchup. From what I have played, what Cody players have told me, being able to deal with that -4 situation is good. The sway and play also to call out these dash punches, and the trade is pretty dang good for the likes of Cody. Get the V-bar built up and knocked down, put him in the corner. Might as well be the round because this character can definitely put on the corner pressure with the knife. The +1s continuously. That's for that option.
And if you could just land one sway, like in anticipation of a rush punch, it does so much mental damage, man.
Can't use that button? That's crazy. Like, I can't use that special move?
Yeah, it's
That's
like,
what my character's about.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's like I'm Balrog and I can't use rush punch. Like, what's the point of playing the character, right? So yeah, but he has to establish that first, and it's not easy to do, but it is something that could really affect the opponent going forward. Matoha staying solid to start the game.
Matoha also not using that fierce as much as we saw before. So she gets the buffer god that is Cody. You definitely do not want to be dealing that button now. Staying up close and personal, waking up with buttons, the final fight card, combo putting him in the corner. Trying to get that Zonk, but the crush, Matoha.
And he's doing a great job picking his spots right now. Nephew, it looked like he tried to low profile the jump in and did so, but couldn't actually take advantage of the whiff.
Still can make the comeback, but not like that. Returning up receipt is not going to be happening right here. Matoha with that first game looking real dominant and understanding of that matchup too as well. Keeping it nice and close and compact as much as possible. Not whiffing out a lot of buttons that would get got by Cody, where we see those big moments of damage or corner carry off like the EX roughing and stuff like that. So this is looking like some rough stuff. Let's see if Nephew switches to the loop maybe.
He's taking a moment at the very least right now, but okay, committing to the Cody for now. But yeah, I definitely like Matoha, and I mean, when you're ball rugged, you have a life lead like that, it's just so tough for the opponent because it's like, I have to walk forward, and EX Rush Punch is just like, I can't react to it. Like, you're not gonna like react to EX Rush Punch and block. So it's just like, I have to walk and block, and you'll get caught slipping so easily when you're at a deficit like that.
100%. Ooh, counter hit combo. On and off. Blocking on that sequence. That's unfortunate. Now you get some damage with it, but you're definitely right about that EX Rush Punch, man. Sanford was right. That's ignorant. Ain't nobody reacted to that, bro. Ain't nobody, they lied to you. I don't care if you're on PC, on R optimized, you ain't reacting to that.
That is a full screen forward advancing special that is unreactable. That's cheap. That's cheap, bro. That's why this character is a thing.
It's out though. Not doing too much. Dash punch. Oh, I think that might have been punishable, at least at that range for the light. That's not striking just yet. And again, not going for it just yet. Let's make sure it's perfect.
All right, had the knives out. Let the Zonk grip as well. That's a lot of resources off the table. Matoha should feel pretty comfortable here. Oh, but just as I say that, off the scramble, Nephew had the buffer ready. Oh my goodness, but yeah, all it takes is one rush punch, activated to the V trigger, Matoha on the board again.
Matoha. And I like how we switch it up too as well. Get defensive when need be. Saw the bar at the bottom. Does not want to get hit with the knives. No surprise that he's up all these rounds in game. Off the backboard. Low roughing for the Oki. Whips the throw, try to go for it again. And now get the grip this time.
My Nephew wasn't just inching his way closer and closer in the throw range. Great time to do it is if you can space it well enough to where the neutral jump button whips and you can walk in right as they land, which is what he did.
Oh, he caught him with the EX.
Yeah, I got a full screen forward advancing special too, fam.
Mine just as ignorant. Just as stupid.
Oh, and here we go, the battle of them. Yellow flying on both sides right now.
The battle of no neutral. November ain't over yet.
True.
Corner. Plus Raves. Tech. Defense right here. Matoha. Off the light. Was able to finish it. We'll get anti-air. We'll get Sand Fierce. It'll be great.
Oh my god, Nephew. He's trying to put out some buttons to stuff the rush punches. Time goes with the EX. Walks back, try to bait him into something, but not going to give it up freely. We talked about Matoha making you earn everything. Last EX, though, yeah, you're going to get a little desperate when you have no more rush punches to get in with. Nephew right there with the punish.
Oh, you gotta play neutral now? That's wild. You gotta play a little noochie. Oh, that's unfortunate because if you're with, you're gonna get hit, and Nephew's looking for it. It is one of those things where that -4 situation does become a problematic pain point, and Nephew's been switching up where he stands, and the mediums are landing. That EX, no go, reversal, and distance. It's not happening like buffer. Like a downer.
Nephew, ooh, a lot of great life lost on that throw. So the way this like round started, you could argue it okay. I mean, I thought it was all gonna come crashing down. Good block on the overhead though. Activate the V trigger. The +4 whiff. Oh no, whiff throw. Thank you. Easy kill for Nephew right there to tie up the set.
Nephew bringing it back like that, having better leads and forcing Matoha to kind of make these, mistakes or go for maybe less compact buttons, less buttons that are going to be reaching. Like we see like Fierce coming out a little bit more. That's what whip punish. And then we see Nephew backing up a bit with it, letting the dash punch whiff, getting the hits that he needs, getting the whip punches that he needs that we didn't really see continuously. Helping with the damage that Cody definitely has. game to game.
You know, that round 3, I felt like at the beginning of it, where Nephew was able to establish a lead really quickly, it was really predicated on the fact that Matoha had no meter to start the round 3 because he tried to use it at the end of round 2 to get the kill on Nephew, right? So kind of investing in that resource left him really handicapped in the last round.
It's going to be a battery. Both sides, both characters want to be a battery. You strike it so much. With Cody, it's with the zonks. With this character, it's with the dash punches. Obviously, dash punches are a little more punishable, but you're continuously building a bar by being aggressive. You can't be aggressive. You're lacking. He's lacking the resources right now. Definitely trying to challenge Matoha. See if he's lacking right here on defense. Good blocks, though.
Definitely blocking out
Ooh,
solid.
until?
Man, blocks the overhead again, though. Hasn't been caught by that yet. Yeah, I was gonna say Matoha, he might try to go low soon, does there, but Nephew, he was like, I know, bro. I've bought these overheads too much for you not to be annoyed by it. Oh, and then again there, Nephew just finding the bar, right time, right place, full confirm. You know how he gets down.
Sir, for that round, that means that Nephew is finding some ways to play against these advancing specialists continuously, and the buffer god also coming through with that medium. Nephew chasing into the corner, get that target combo off the heavy zonk. Look at the plus frames.
Huge win for Nephew because he didn't even have any meter to start that round. He spent it on the CA kill, so the fact that he got so much damage early, the corner carry, it was a good start, but Matoha already firing back.
Activation. Opening, the throw, there we go. Strike throw game gets even more deadly with this character. It's a big, not a big punish though. I'm surprised he can go with the crouch medium punch, but still Nephew with a good lead.
Oh, it was so meaty. It looked like he was trying to go for that extra meaty follow-up, but Crouch Fear is not quite in range.
Reversal, great life. Now with the fireball, it was a bait the whole time. Sweep off the feet. Almost defeat right here for Matoha. Dash up throw though.
Dash up throw after the block jump normal. Pretty gutsy move, honestly. And Nephew not reacting to the dash, so got away with it. Oh, but he is reacting to that. Don't get too close, man. Can't let you do that. 2-1 for Nephew right now.
We was talking, Smacky was like, I got that. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about me. He said, worry about yourself. Nephew with 2 on the board. Honestly, it's so hard to challenge the dash of Balrog because it does look so weird compared to other characters. And you're so afraid of fierce, heavy kick, hitting you, getting you crushed and stuff like that. Nephew trying to make this a wrap. He up 2 games. Matoha, do something soon.
Yeah, but you can see Nephew really confident in his playing now, even playing out these ruffians, trying to catch Matoha coming in again. Yeah, you see time and time just to make sure he checks him on a forward advance. Oh, it looked like he even tried it right there, but how the start above that rush punch is quite quick.
Real quick with it. Nephew, quick-witted, trying to get in with that plus one situation, the crush, the challenge, the anti right there, but immediately pressing buttons on the football situations, Matoha. And Nephew not being able to find these extensions off these buttons though, off these knife situations, losing a little bit of damage here and there.
Does finally counter hit that time, but yeah, maybe didn't have the charge ready. And either way, Nephew able to bring it back to the mid screen a little bit rather than throw him back into the corner. So it's still going to be a tough spot to be in. We talk about being at a deficit against Balrog. It's usually so difficult, but Matoha, the one walking forward and gets whip punished. There you go. Yeah, go back to unreliable. Why are you trying to play neutral, brother? You have a bar right there. Give me that EX rush punch.
That's what you want to do. Go back to the way things were. Go back to the way things were with neutral.
You know how to move forward. It's with rush punch. Not you don't walk or dash. You rush punch.
Get that out of here. You like that from Matoha, bringing that back. And honestly, I kind of like him spinning that bar to get in if you can continue that pressure situation too as well. You're going to build up that bar as a battery, slugging it out, put these buttons on this character, even on block to make him drop. So that bar's going to come back. You got to believe. It's Street Fighter V. Go get that bar back with quickness.
Exactly, my man. Oh, on the corner, a quick bar, nothing to build. Easy stuff. Already going to spin it there as soon as he gets it. Wants that corner carry, wants that damage. He put Nephew on life support here. There's a chunk of life left, but speaking of which, he has plenty of life left regardless.
Yeah, we can get some few good confirms. Dumping out the damage. EX, spear reversal, with that V bar for the defense, and now goes right back on offense. Anti-air, drops down to the ground, the chase shift on the V shift. Crouch spears, knife cut.
Man,
bar at the bottom.
Right there. Ooh, guess for game. Oh, and my man Toha said, get out of here. You think I'm doing guessing off that throw? He's got to come to me. And right there, it might not be the EX rush punch, but that's what's been Matoha's key to victory. Putting himself in a spot where Nephew has to commit to coming to him to close it out. He's been able to stuff the offense.
Man, Dog said, oh, no guess? I'm not guessing. I'm just pressing,
You guess.
right? Yeah, you guess. It's time for you to guess.
Should have done a meaty.
Honestly, what was like his challenges on Wake Up have so different with it. So it's the onus on you to stop the obstinate. You know what I'm saying? Like as you said, keep it meaty as much as possible. We looking real vegan right here.
Come on, Nephew. Put some meat on those bones, bro.
Bro, come on now. Don't be serving me no chicken with no meat on that bone. Turn that right back.
Man, he's taking a bite out of the stun right there, making him see the stars.
Oh, again?
Read him his horoscope, bro. Yeah, he's reading everything right now. You're having a bad day.
Round 2.
You will have a bad day. Come back tomorrow.
Yeah,
Come back
sure.
tomorrow.
Go get your lucky item, bro. You don't got the Midorima with you. You don't got the lucky item. Get out of my face.
You in trouble. You in trouble. Walk across that street, I'll tell you. Nephew on set point. It's about to be a bad day because Matoha cannot walk back from that. If he loses here against Nephew.
Exactly. No safety net here. This is losers bracket action. Ooh, the double shimmy. Hit him with the sham god right there. Walk in, walk out, walk in, walk out.
XP reversal immediately. So I think none of this pressure at all. He's got the bar at the bottom to threaten, but there's no threat from Nephew as the hits connect. The throw too. One more hit will do it. EX B reversal. Does a knife. Those plus frames. Anti right there just sends out the knife and sends Matoha out of this tournament. 3-2.
Wins.
Nephew with the knife is a completely different monster when it comes to anti-airing with Cody. Like, he's actually got so many answers when it comes to this character once he has that V trigger pop. We've seen some clean air-to-airs, but we've seen that crouch fierce work out time and time again against the neutral jumps right there. Like you said, I think he tossed the knife straight up. So he just really recognizes the proper moves to use at the spaces that people jump at when he's in V trigger. That was a very impressive. He's been doing that all day too. He did that in the previous set as well.
Yeah, I like to see that. I like to see that utility from the knife players or Cody players that stick with the knife, because it's not just about applying those plus frames. It's about, like, if you get long distance with it, I'll send out the knife to lock you down, or I'll use it as, like, mid-range off, like, forward heavy kick in the knife throw to get you lacking and slacking. And right now, Nephew ain't lacking. He moves with the bracket further and further to help qualify or try to get his chances to qualify. Because once again, the point situation, I want to wait until I see it all calculated. Because I was at Chris's stream recently and he was like, this person loses this person, but wait, I was like, bro, just wait until it's over. At this point, you just want to get the victory, be in that top spot. You'll definitely be qualified for the top 8 spot. If you've been winning all these, like if you're Chris, probably okay. But for the other people, maybe less so. So we'll see who's going to take it today. Nephew moving on. That means we're moving on to Filipino Man versus John.
Indeed, right? Of course, the standings in terms of the finale of the results and everything like that do determine seeding. So for that top 8 of the final participants of the World Warrior West, to see who goes to Capcom Cup, that 1 through 8 is going to be based on the results that we have here, not just the players that qualified, but they're going to be in order for the bracket itself. So because of that, that's, you know, something to keep in mind if you're like in that maybe like 8th through 6th spot, right? If you're trying to avoid Chris or something like that early, you're trying to move up in the ranks a little bit, always something to be got here when the points are on the line.
100%. I definitely want to avoid Chris. I ain't trying to fight no optimal Luke player. Are you kidding me? That's my first match as an optimal Luke player. No, thank you. Get me out of here.
I forgot about the holy trinity of Filipino Man Bay characters. The Poison, the 3rd one in that list. Yeah, definitely up his alley. Played this character in 4 as well. So has not put, I think, as much time into her as Chun-Li and Rose, but definitely knows how to play her effectively.
I like this matchup overall too as well. Poison does fantastic at like mid-range to long range against Cody. He's got to take a little bit of a risk to get in with his long, and things can be caught. And trades with the fireballs are still going to benefit the likes of Poison, but nothing's beneficial being caught from the corner. I'll tell you that right now. He's getting dusted.
Exactly right. Once you got Poison in the corner, you nullify all that range advantage. You even saw that whip right there. Try to go for one of her long range normals, got crushed, and then you got a strike throw for the loss.
Fight.
And he walks back too like that to avoid that crouch kick activation. So smart from the side of John. He knows how to do this character.
Indeed, right there. You even saw the empty jump, so he didn't get hit by the anti-air from Anton. That was really smart. He definitely has played against this poison once or twice.
Suffer. I bet he has suffered as many Cody players have against the poison, bro. I don't know how they do it. I see Super League Japan, they be working these poisons, and I'm like, I don't get it.
Right,
I haven't been able to find the answer. Dot may be able to give it to me today.
I'm in the same boat, bro. I'm like, how is this character just like not the best? Like, I'm like one of those when I play against her. I'm like, what? Oh, he's doing a good job though. Does finally get that anti-air. We got an activation. Just waits for him to jump again, but Filipino Man does corner himself. Oh, okay, the little whip into the whip this time. Caught Jaw flinch a little bit. He activates it to the CA. It's gonna be mad damage.
You kill? Think I will? No, a little bit more. Not enough char.
Hey.
But that crouch fierce will find the finish in the flourish. Filipino Man, a little more finesse.
Indeed. Cost him a CA to do it, so Jot, yeah, you already know. This is, I think, a little bit, yeah, tough for Jot, though, at the beginning. Since he likes to charge Zong so much, like, he's looking for that way to get in, but I don't know. It just at this start, you can see it's not easy for Cody.
Yeah, not really. You gotta get in that mid-range game to even exemplify this Zong, but when you do, they're through. Light Ruffian right there. Oh my God, they're gonna get the chase down. We see the backdash, they're exemplifying that EX mix-up off the EX whip with it. Crouch fears, heavy kick, no crush though, activation though.
Now, Ja will have some ways in now. Oh, but just as I say that, he tries to find a way out. Gets clipped in the legs for doing so, but the whiff gets punished. Now he has the corner yet again. Has the knife and the plus frames. You're just going to take this throw. How are you going to deal with these plus frames? Tries to evade him. It's getting hit low. Does not. Finds the whiff punish with the extended knife range, though. Well done.
Cody wins.
Fantastic. Pussy right here from Jot. Stay outside that mid-range gameplay. No V-skill switch, none of that goofy, grimy, slimy stuff. And just exemplifying what happens when you do get up close and personal. When she whiffs up fierce, you finally get it with the EX on. Well timed to stay fine. Jot doing really good up in this matchup. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's so important, right? We talked about Cody's frustrations getting in. So important that once you do, you make the most of it and you're able to kind of just snowball your momentum. And that's exactly what happened with Jot. Needed that one EX Zong, and from there he played at a range where Cody was able to flourish rather than struggle.
Oh God, a little bit of a hit, but here's the fierce right here. Flip out here from Jot for some defense. Not trying to hold too much of that mix. I mean, Filipino Man can clock on to. There's not much in terms of reversal that you're worried about. No 3-frame or DPT in lane. Oh, and no anti on the side of Jot that's going to deal with that jump in.
Yeah, great decision right there to Frankensteiner for the stun. Oh, back to back with it. I like it. Good stuff, the Filipino Man. Wrestling fan himself, after all.
Bro, when I come over, bro, we definitely go into one of these matches.
Oh, yeah, please, most definitely.
See what happens in February.
You know, nice jump in this time from Jot. You can see already the corner carry. He prioritizes that so heavily, and you have to in this matchup. That was a good button press back from Filipino Man, but couldn't find what to do afterward. Oh my goodness, the double throw tag.
Was it EX, Cook, and a side switch too. Flip it on side.
Oh, and Jot
off
never
the
scared, bro. Just waking up with buttons. Oh, and then the meaty. You ain't going nowhere.
The fact that he has the heavies on damn near every single time, my man is charging. I don't know how he's. Is he using his toes? Is that a regulation? Because that's hard to do.
Yeah, I really do not know, his charge habits. All I know is that he's a Monopoly player. He's got the experience doing it. And we see how much he kind of just takes advantage of that fact, right? Some Cody players not as obsessed with Zonk as my man Josh.
Good award though. Off the backboard, the heavy edition. And again, we just talked about that situation. Light Ruffian, or that Oki try to get the V-shift chased off that medium, but a simple backdash is off the Filipino Man is doing right here. Pop in the corner, flip out, but still, we gotta find a way out. Exit sign, where is it? Jumps out, that's it easy.
Yeah, a good V reversal spin from Filipino Man right there, not wanting to deal with the plus frames. Iceberg Slim, even with the great life, not enough.
More touch, more tap. God, he wants that zone so bad, bro.
Finds it. He actually gets the throw in his corner. Oh my goodness, can Ja actually rob this one? My man used to be a criminal, but we still doing 211s. Plus frames.
That's
oh,
right.
Pick thrown for it. Oh.
So close. That would have been definitely a high fight clip and a half right there to stay alive and survive against his character. It's so difficult because you're trying to implement all that pressure, but the defense of Filipino man to guess right on all these EX zonks and not take too much damage. Listen, a lot of y'all out there would have been mashing tech like crazy, but not staying brazy. Is the likes of Filipino man with solid defense, solid offense. Now we're 1-1.
Indeed, right here. So a Filipino man bouncing back with the poison too, and you can see it. That's another thing that I want to talk about with these West Coast players. A lot of them have been facing adversity with these, secondary or tertiary character pits, but they keep sticking with it, right? We saw Flaquito bring the set back with the jury, really put up a good fight and made it a hell of a set. Filipino man here dropping the first game on the poison, but roaring right back.
All right, let's see what happens if Jot demands a switch. If he decides to go for a different character, he does have. I'm trying to think of what character would even be good in his toolkit. We've seen the sets, the Vega. I don't think any of those characters do that well against Poison, but he will stick to tried and true. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's something that Manat can do with this matchup. I haven't seen it in so long that maybe there's something that she can do to get through the likes of the toxicity that Poison implements.
Yeah, I was expecting the Vega if any other character, but let's see what Jot's got with the Manat, right? If any Manat's gonna be able to do this, it is him. He's got so much experience on it. You can see already comfortable at every range, fighting with her as well. Already trying to kind of outrange Poison, which is a very difficult thing to do. That's why Filipino man, he's using the swing. He's actually looking to take the fight to Manat rather than wait.
Yo, this is cheap right here. It's probably getting over the orb situation right there. And I like how you just put these pressure sequences, not getting that much off the light kick, but it's adding up the dividends. Activation, the Miss Cleo's coming out.
Ooh, that was a
Side
good
switch.
cross-up, bro. That was nasty. Oh, okay. Still, though, actually throwing the V-reversal. Jot making that V-trigger count so much, but still Filipino man swinging his way past Prime, but not past that EX confirm off the light. Well done.
That's good stuff right there for Jot, and stayed optimal with it. Bar is such an important resource for the likes of Manat, depending on your style too as well. The likes of Sako, they like to slug it out, use that EX bar for some damage when need be. But for a lot of Manat players, they'll spin for the end to get that CA situation after they get that V-trigger. If it happens.
There's the adjustment. Yeah, the adjustment from Jot starting to come out now. He's getting bullied by this swing. We saw it beat the stand fierce. We saw it trade with the stand fierce. So now, yeah, the crouch fierces are coming out, or whatever that button is, the crouch button to keep her at bay.
I like that. Find a different answer for that. Not letting that come for free. Always putting that plus situation. Here's a crouch mini kick, hits a hit, EX whip. No side switch necessary. Just going for that meaty V skill. Trying to get goofy with it with the grip. That's not going to happen. Jot is going to be able to get the kill off this super.
I was so confident. I was right with you, Jot. I mean, we talk about his Manat execution usually being so on point. As you can see right there with the follow-up, everybody gets one, though. He was playing a different character beforehand. Good confirm at the end of the day. I'm a little concerned with this Filipino man Poison. I think he needs to switch because, honestly, in that first round where he was able to just bully with the swing, and he didn't win that round.
It's go time.
Go back to the character select screen here for a second. Oh, shoot, Ridge, are you there? My guy is frozen for a second. All right, we continue here. Give us a moment. These get figured out. Message my boy, see if he's okay. But yeah, I think the V-skill option was not the best option, unfortunately. My lights went out too. Oh my God, what's going on in my house? Oh, we're good. Hey, let's see if we're good with this match. All right, Filipino man. Let's see what he chooses. I feel like the V-skill option was not good. We're going to find out if he switches to the V-skill or if he switches to characters. It's the Rose.
Round one.
The trifecta of the base. Coming through. It's the Rose. So for Filipino Man, I like this option a little better. Let's see if that works out. Being able to utilize the projectiles can be something that Manat has to worry about, but she does have the V skill to deal with that, as you see right there. But Filipino Man has no stranger to danger in terms of utilizing the V skill and the fireballs in conjunction, where it makes it really annoying for the likes of Manat to send them right back like that. We're seeing Job get these jump ins. Tech, though, backs away from the medium play. Go back throw, just a normal throw. Sweep off the feet, gotta worry about that activation. Bad situation, custom combo. The Alpha 2. He not done just yet. Jot says now is my turn to shoot. Or recall. More orbs, one more orb on the deck. Trying to find an opening. Light finds a fadeaway, but nothing off that play. Anti-air. Activation EX. I like that situation. Denying the dive kick right there. That was so smart. And that's going to help Filipino Man stave off set point. 6. Anton playing Yu-Gi-Oh! You know what it do. Blue Eyes White Dragon. Gets the crush. It's good for Filipino Man to build that V-bar with the quickness, and I like Rose's normals in some of these situations. If you throw out an orb situation, it might be bad for you. The fireball sets up shop, but makes it drop right here. Orb explosion, a little bit better on the side of Jot's side. You look, he's playing a little bit lamer. Actually actively looking for the V or the fireballs and the V skill and the tempo that Filipino Man wants to play at. Brush, fierce being zippified. I like that. Move back like that. Or recall was gonna come through. Tech, air to air right there. The challenges from Jot and the recall to make this man fall. That was so sick. The recall at the right time in the gap to not only stop that deep trigger situation, but to really put on the pressure and put on the damage and possibly put the end. Like the Filipino Man, he didn't get the DP. What? Fierce finds the finish, and Jot goes into this final round with all this bar at the bottom. This is what Manat likes to have.
Oh, I see that Anton did switch, huh?
Yes, sir, you're back.
Indeed, indeed. Sorry about that. For the little internet hiccup. Yeah, I'm glad to see Anton switch to the Rose, right? The poison was just looking too troubled by the Manat. But I see that we're in the final round here, huh? Oh, boy.
Which was last dance right here. It's looking a lot better, to be honest.
Tossing the fireballs, tossing the cars, whatever it takes. Take some damage off of Jot as he tries to come in. Ooh, the big spiral.
Bro, that air to air right there. EXTK fireball. Good defense from Jot, but he needs some offense. He needs it soon.
Oh, man. Flowing through with the EX soul spiral right there. Okay. Filipino Man feeling frisky. I love the way he was bullying in the air, establishing the EX fireballs in the sky. Really discouraged Jot from going with an anti-air. That's why I got a couple of free jump ins at the end as well. I like it. I like it.
That bust out, that last situation right there. Been playing patient neutral for a little bit too long. Got that itch and let that hit. I like this switch up. I feel like the Rose was a way to play, but maybe it's the back and forth of the character toolkit that you want him to stick to this character. And now you get to run the matchup that you feel more comfortable or maybe better. I'm not sure of what the Manat and Rose matchup is in totality. I have to ask like Aqua or maybe Filipino Man after this. But it seems like she can fight this character despite the fact that the fireballs get knocked away. The V skills are still in play. There's still something you have to worry about as a Manat player, and just the normals too as well. Being able to contest this character, it looks like it's not super bad for Rose.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I feel like we are going to get a switch up from Jot. I'm just wondering which character it's going to be. And like, if this was the plan, right? If the plan was to kind of force Filipino Man into the Rose so he can counter with Cody at the end, I mean, it definitely could be the strategy.
This is the play. Good things for Cody. You can sway the fireballs easily. You know, you have to be doing something different with your zoning. Buttons are not too bad on the side of Cody either. Dealing with fierce and things like that. And you definitely do not want to put on the defense on the back foot against Alexa Cody. You only have that 4 frame, and the bust out soul arrow is in a real reversal. But still,
Yeah, you
in the
know,
corner.
John, I think, is super okay with a healthy loss there. Like, he got bullied to the corner, but he didn't have meter, right? So no threat of the EX zonk, and he got a side switch just because of the jump over. So, like, definitely a resource well spent. Oh, and look at this. Look at the mold, what he's making out of getting this corner in the first place. Has the stun, huge damage on this Rose. I mean, she's going to be close to death after this combo. Oh, wait for the stand. He said, stayed just outside the throw range, caught him with it on the tech and punished it.
Still got the throw right after. He said, I'm going to leave with something. I ain't going to leave with nothing. I'm going to set point, has the bar.
I'm going to say that was intentional. I'm going to say he intentionally whiffed the throw to get him to tech.
Bro, that's a classic, right? That's been the Street Fighter 5 style for a long time. Yo, the V skill card, stop the EX zonk. We got a buff zonk. Come on, Capcom. I'm gonna get stopped by V skill. Bro, I'm type 4 jot right now.
Oh, he thought he could walk up into his space with that knife, bro. Filipino man. Not gonna let him get that easily, but with the zonk ready. Oh, okay. This is a big break for Filipino man.
Good for Jot though to recognize that he can get that punish on that V skill, because it was the it's a different, not the card situation, it's a buff to her. Able to get something going flowing. Get the activation though. With that side switch.
Oh, bust out. And then just cutting him off at the pass right there. Do not forward advance on me. We are going to a final fight.
I like to see the back and forth between two players, two character switches too as well. Comes down to this. Ooh, EX hits, and that's a heavy song. Over to the corner.
That's such a good start from John. Exactly what he's been looking for. Even with the subsequent block string, he's able to build to another bar here. Just needs one to stay so dangerous.
For violence. EX doesn't get the side switch, actually gets thrown on the way down, almost into the round. Man, like Jock got all that bar at the bottom. You know what he wants.
Filipino man trying to set up shop to prevent that. You can see even the jump back. So concerned about the zonk coming out, and then you got to be concerned about that as well. Jot off the stand medium kick, consistently making that pay off for him big. 3-2 to stay alive in the tournament.
That's good stuff for Jot. Said you got a permit, my friend. That's the end of Filipinos run. Filipino man's run out here in this top 8 spot. Jot moving on with this Cody. Looking like the Cody is the main pick these days, bro. I don't know about that Manat though. That Manat, hey, what I say? I said, stay with the Cody. Stay with the Cody. What did I say, Jot? Look what happens. Look what, wow, it's crazy that I was right, Jot. You're welcome as you move through this loser spot. And if you want to help Jot and his Cody and the rest of these cats get paid out, y'all can hit up the Matcherino. Exclamation mark Matcherino, run that in the chat. And just like that, you have a way to pay these players with the free codes, and as well as from your own dime too as well if you'd like to contribute that way. Sponsor quest on the side, you want to give more than that 25 cents, and it's all easy and free when it comes to those codes.
Yeah, if we're gonna keep it a buck here, Cody is much cheaper than Manat. You know what I'm saying? So if Manat is gonna work out for these niche picks and like that matchup against Poison, that is great. Like that's a great thing to have in your stable of options. But like you said, at the end of the day, when it comes to just taking care of business and it's not a matchup that Manat just wins significantly, Cody's the one that's going to get the job done.
So that's what I like to see right there. And again, I like to see the variety coming through from a lot of these players. And, you know, despite that, you know, West Coast has got a lot of Lukes. We got to keep it real. It's got a lot of Lukes. Yeah. It's not always Lukes that people be picking. It's not always Lukes that are the options for a lot of these players. I remember a lot of these players dabbling with Luke and finding some success with them. Even the likes of Nephew hasn't run Luke in this top 8 just yet. He does have a Luke. So it's not just I'm going to pick up the strongest or whatever. I'm going to pick up the best tool I can find. And obviously some of those are going to be at the top 2 spots. That's okay. But I like that they're finding these things that fit them for the neutral situations. And what?
You know, Chris? We've seen a whole lot of players play Cody today, and Chris CCH bringing out the Virgil Cody.
Fight.
All right, show me something, Chris. Okay, hold on now. Confirm.
I mean,
with this character,
you know, and we're talking about the type of players that have been excelling on the Cody, right? Like the nephews and whatnot. Chris CCH is right there along with them, in my opinion.
That's true. I mean, he did have that lever challenge where he was able to pull all these characters up to, I think it was Master or Grandmaster or something like that.
Yeah.
He definitely understands how to play most of the characters, most of the cast at more than just a base rank. But JB, not gonna make this free. He's got his main out here with the Rashid pick, or crouch fierce, crush counter, follow up, and that B trigger to get more of that damage.
Surviving right there. He could have afforded to take a throw as well. So a brave tech from Chris, but does give him a little bit more breathing room here to work with. Knife closing in on the remaining duration. Yeah, I see a pop out there. Oh, chump, but recovers in time because of the EX.
Sir, staying fine. Chris, you want that exhaust, don't you? You want that exhaust, don't you? You feel the itch. At the medium kick, oh, that could have been so much damage right there. But the sweep off the feet, JB catching him walking back, and like that, JB puts a 1-on-1.
And I have to imagine JB was looking for the zonk. Like he was like, scramble, like you're gonna press zonk after this little situation we're in. Because he didn't have V trigger to make that safe or anything. So he would just bet it big. I mean, it didn't look like the zonk, but it worked.
He stopped him somehow, some way. Fierce gets a crush, the follow up the DP. Heavy mixer, hold his throw, bro. This is where Rashid wins. But the light interruption, good stuff from Chris. Oh, you know the combos of Cody? All right, let me fix my face, bro. I guess you do got a Cody.
You see the reward on that? That was crazy. So good, but JB still taking the cornerback himself. He's still running this block. You still work for me.
And it's skill.
Immediate challenge after the V trigger activation. JB is so good at picking his spots, so good at playing against player expectation. He's one of the best turn stealers in Street Fighter V.
Oh, 100% with it. Definitely one of the most annoying players that you got to fight, especially when it gets aerial with it. We haven't even seen that option come through. Chris CCH. All right, we're gonna random select. Is that what's going on? Is that what's happening right here? Random select. I was talking about the Lukes. Did he hear us? And he was like, "Bro, it's not about my Cody though. What about my Cody though?
What about my Cody though? What about my 11 though? You see him? He's queuing with it right there.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. He is well qualified right now, so he can, take some time to play some of these other characters, figure out how they play. One of the best ways to figure out how to fight a character is to play a character and see the weaknesses. It's like, oh dang, this character can't anti like this or has to confirm like that. It does make sense. We'll see if he decides to go back to his main bay as Luke.
Man, yeah, that's definitely something to always keep in mind for sure. I think Chris, we shall see. Are we going back to it? Main chicken time? Oh, so to speak, main chicken time. Before the Luke, before combo breaker, before you, what was the chant? What was the chant? You need Luke or something like before.
You need Luke.
Yeah. The Sakura, bro. Chris always did damage on this character. Interesting to see him bring it out now against JB's Rashid.
Absolutely. Oh man, I hope this works out. I haven't seen him play this character in a little bit. Every so often on the stream, which y'all can catch right now is going on. But keep it locked here, of course. Weights and baits at DP for free. Super slow, nice and easy. Chris takes him to the corner. This is definitely back in the driver's seat. Chris definitely understands this character. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Dead.
Long time Sakura player right here. Definitely looking so comfortable on her. And it's just something about a Chris CCH Sakura that is so dangerous. Man's light kick confirms automatic, as you saw right there. Like the buffers are always on deck. He always seems to just press it at the right moment. You can see the down forward heavy as well. Perfectly timed on the frame trap. Man's getting washed up. Even a reset right here. He's feeling himself. Oh, the plus frame fireball juggles off that.
JB able to get an EXDP, but still, Chris looking primed to take it with the EX Fireball or any EX Fireball or any EX follow-up, I should say. Light kick actually could do it. EXDP, that's how you want to play. Chris, stop watching the stream. Stop watching the stream. Chill.
This fella said, block jump in, I'm EXDP and get off me. He wanted that game over. Wow.
Chris, I'm mad for JB right now.
I
Chris
feel like
let
there's
me
like
pick a character I do know.
There's like an unwritten code a lot of the time, right? Where you just don't EX reversal after the block jumping, bro. Like, you know they're going to press the advantage, but you still don't do it. But nah, Chris was like, nah, I'm going to do it.
I'm something different with them. These young cats, I'm telling you, bro, they don't play the same rules.
Facts.
Your typical fighting game stuff,
That Marlo Stanfield life.
Right, JB, let me see something different with them. Realizing more of the fireballs too is why I like that That's helping him space out Chris a little better. He's starting to calm down a little bit in the neutral, but that light buffer, as you pointed out, so steady and ready.
Yeah, man, you can see it's just such a great option from such a long range. One of the longest ranging light kicks in the game.
Pass in the corner. Get that Pierce. Attack. There's a lot of gray life. It's activation back throw.
That's big, man. Chris, yeah, getting that back throw, that was his ideal follow-up to this V-trigger activation. He's able to maintain the corner dominance now, but that's why JB sets himself up so perfectly. EX takes the corner back off of it. Great decision.
Double palms coming through. Dash up back throw. Okay, with the medium, knock on the door. That walk back with the crouch kick, but good defense here from JB. Allows himself a raw activation. Voids the fireball. He's out of there. And again, this one's been put in the corner unless he puts them in the corner.
No big follow-up off that, though. Some damage on the table. This is big for Chris. Plus frames, the time is on his side as well. You can see he doesn't want to be too timid, though. Yeah, walking back. Oh, no! He actually broke! At the last second, was not expecting him to reach. Now it's anybody's game here. Oh, the overhead!
Overhead! The light!
Are you kidding me? What a decision from Chris CCH.
This kid is cracked. Who would go in an overhead scramble situation like that? Who would do overhead in a scramble? People are mashing crush counter buttons, mashing throw. They're running away to play. But my dog did overhead. This kid is cracked.
JB, it only works because you're good, JB. I just want you to know that. That wouldn't have worked against someone that was bad.
They would have mashed. You would have got.
Yeah,
you
exactly. Oh man, but Chris, I mean, he's got to feel good after that. The momentum on his side, stealing that round, clutching the victory from the jaws of defeat right there. Oh, but left in range to interrupt the EX fireball follow-up. Okay.
That light kick interruption, but the wake-up buttons again for Chris CCH. EX activation, being able to play a little more of that Street Fighter 5 sort of style fighting, a nice way to activate. EX it easy, heavy DP, getting breezy. Expect a turn. There's one more in the tank with that fireball follow-up. The CCH.
Oh my goodness. And Chris trying to look for something reliable here. You're not seeing a lot of the buffers or anything like that right now. What can that still hit? Oh, but he gets the big crush counter. That's good damage here. EX not gonna quite kill though. Oh, and my
EXDP!
Long distance on that joint. The Trey Young DP.
Final round.
Damn.
Fight.
At the tip of the foot to do it. That EXDP at that right range. Doesn't matter to Chris though. He gets a crush. The B skill, corner carry. Things are getting scary right here. That EX fireball follow up. JB forced to block a lot of this out. Gets a side switch though off that Fierce. And there we go. This is how Rashid likes to play too as well. Sakura does fantastic with the corner, but so does Rashid for a different sort of situation. He loops you with the throws and things like that, but for Sakura, it's damage.
Most definitely. Oh, and JB, beautiful buffer right there. Both of these players constantly prioritizing the corner. He does read the EX reversal this time. Now it's scary.
Bro. Meaty. Catch the follow. Oh, that light would have connected. That would have been super sick. Not over back throw. One more hit either side. Trying to get the burglarized, but it's not going to happen.
Good.
Comes down in time for the light. Bro.
Win.
Good stuff from Chris CCH right there. I think JB looking for a chip out, perhaps. You know, the Eagle Spike. If that would have connected, I'm pretty sure the Super would have done chip in the subsequent set or the subsequent sequence to make sure he would have died. So very, very smart from Chris to jump out and avoid that entirely.
That was godlike. That was godlike. And Chris just sitting on that game point situation. We're not going to see the Ken, it looks like. JB is so solidified with the Rashid. Makes sense to me. That light kick is doing too much work. You can't even send out a heavy kick. That's an easy punish for this character. Your throwaway option is going to be a little bit weaker on the side of Rashid.
Now Chris here trying to establish these normals again, using the light kick a little bit more frequently, as you can see there. Oh, man, JB immediately waking up. He's really smart about recognizing like wake up options at certain distances.
Up the lights and things like that. Activation. Opens up with the medium. Knock on that door 3 times. And he opened foolishly, and that's the finish right there. Chris CCH on set point. After that, Black and Cody comes back with the Sakura pick. himself on set point. Doing a fantastic jump, that light kick. Every so often getting the buffer, the B skill too as well for the corner carry. Or just gets a walk-up back throw.
Yeah, definitely. Weird situation to play out like that. But either way, Chris will take it for sure. And soccer has been so dominant. I actually forgot this set started with Cody. Just because like I just had my brain overwhelmed by the soccer, but JB trying to show out with Rashid as usual.
Yeah, says rising, but catches the crouching mini kick, or catches the walk back with the crouching mini kick, I should say. JB says, I'm still going to find the finish and stave off that set point. It was great that Chris was looking for the walk back like that, but it just didn't amount to too much.
Yeah, great job by Chris actually calling out the right option. But, you know, sometimes the cookie crumbles in an unfortunate way. The execution just wasn't there like he thought it would be.
The punish, fear starter with the B skill. Crouch Fierce woke up with Crouch Fierce.
I was gonna say
he's
calling out the throw baits now, right? Like going with the Crouch Fierce, not even like, oh, he actually gets clipped. We had like not even a low option. Like he really called out the timing with it. That was gross.
Defense and its anti-defense is fantastic. ECP, they get the follow-up. Oh my God!
Like this, we were on the
ECP, he did it anyway. It wasn't meaty enough. Wasn't enough meat on the bones.
My man JB, bro. No better wake-up player in the game, bro. Like I gotta say, he's my favorite person to watch on any Oki scenario in any game.
They took it away. You can't wake up the XTP like that. But he didn't read the patch notes, bro. He said, I didn't read that, bro. Now he's on game point, though. Between the two, both at game point, JB, Chrissy CH, he's on the winner's side of grand finals of this final World Warrior West Coast event.
Yeah, great stuff from JB because it was looking like Chris was about to run away with it. The Sakura was just dominating JB now. Always alive, always fighting. Oh my, the dash up right there and the slight hezzy catching and Chris CH flinching. Oh, that's two more for flinching.
Right on the arm. The bad one too. Activation. Based off the situation right there, the V-shift out of there. V-shift again. The defense right here from JP, nesting up that crouch fierce, looking for that light kick buffer from Chrissy CH to stop it, counter hit. The follow-up, heavy kick, side switch. Now it's Chris's turn to party.
We'll take the corner for sure. There's the light kick buffer that we've been talking about so much. Reads the fact that JB was gonna party one more time. Doesn't get the DP at the end though. Oh my goodness, Chris CH does have a super. We got JB immediately acting the V trigger. He's not even scared of the chip. Goes with the EX. Oh my goodness, the EX into the EX. What in the world?
What do you mean? EXCP for the EXCP? Hello? Are y'all good? Are y'all good in the West Coast?
No, definitely not. You know how long I've been dealing with this type of player. JB has become infected. Oh my goodness gracious. Chris CCH now riding that. He was like, nah, you're playing at my pace. You may have gotten that dub, but that was a West Coast ass round, and that's my coast. Chris CCH forcing a final round here.
I love this. He said, this is not your neighborhood, dog. Go where it's safe. Go where it's safe. It's a throw. Another throw. Chris, making JB real pensive. And we talked about that defense that JB has on Wake Up, but he's holding all these throws. And again, he's going to get the win. He's got the bar at the bottom, and it's time to cook. Chris CCH in winner's side of grand finals with too many throws. JB not pressing a damn button. Is your controller good, brother? Was it plugged in the last round? Because you didn't press a damn button that entire time. No tech to stay fine. Cooked.
How in the blue hell did Chris figure out that he was gonna block that whole round? I'm so confused. What?
I don't get it.
How did you know that JB after the DPs? I know you punished like the last one that he did, but like to still have that much confidence to just be like, nah, this is the round where he doesn't DP anymore. And to be right about that like 5 times in a row, that was nuts for sure.
Bro, you are not getting a GG from me, Chris. Bro, I don't know what you did. I don't know what sort of spell you cast on the side of JB. I don't know what sort of magic that you did. Some whatever you did over there. Some voodoo. Yeah, I gotta check what you just did because you put JB in a trance right there. But that is not his last dance. He gets one more shot on the loser side. That means Chrissy CH is in the winner's side of grand finals. Bro, I'm so mad at you, Chris. Bro, I'm so mad. I don't know how you did that.
Yeah, I really am so shocked that like he even did win for it. Like the confidence levels to go for that up against JB with his style of wake up options was even with the EX nerf to Rashid, it still was just very surprising. Anyway, what I'm surprised about is these codes not being all claimed, huh? How many codes we got left? I can't tell from right here, but either way,
Bro, it's 30.
oh my god, 30 codes left, bro. That's upsetting to say the least. We got the claim codes. Please do it. Doesn't cost a single thing out of your wallet, and you can sign in with your Twitch account. So I know if you're watching right now, you can easily contribute to the pod. Please do so. Exclamation point Maturino in the chat. Yeah.
Round one.
Run them codes. I hear if you don't run them codes, they gonna buff Luke. They're gonna buff Luke. So that's just what I heard. I don't know if that's real or not. But all I gotta say is just stay on the safe side. Go ahead and hit up them codes so we don't get a buff Luke in the future. This just on the safe side. Come on, chat. Just like that. You seeing that Luke from Nephew, or I'm sorry, actually, the side of Jod.
Yeah, Jod, actually going with the Luke right, trying to avoid the Cody mirror. Doesn't want to bring out the Vega or the Manana or anything either. Instead, is confident up against this Cody with the Luke. We'll see how it plays out though.
So the matchup gets not so bad out here for the likes of Cody. You can outrange the characters like Luke, get the whip punch that you need, but the V skill too coming through. The suppressor. Suppressing this man up in the corner. Ooh, if you would have ended with the EX, you have that pressure, but this is still not that bad for Jot. You back it up a bit, jumping medium kick, gets the Oki. Actually, you need the Oki, I should say, gets the target combo in play. Would have had the Oki right after. Jot looking real fantastic right now.
Yeah, definitely well done. Bit of a struggle, but ended up actually taking the round himself. So definitely got to feel confident about that, especially after being cornered up against Nephew's Cody. Very interesting to see how much he's holstering in the neutral as well. He hasn't been too active with the buns or the fireballs.
Whip punish right there against the medium. Wasn't aware of that right range. Wakes up with the lights right there. Gets the Oki, and again, a throw. Up fears. Tech though. Got checking the aerial approach. But there's the area right there from Nephew. Immediately having an answer for him, a rebuttal.
And Nephew was very tired of him and trying any of that nonsense. And you can see right there, without the knife there, without the low option, very safe to walk back a lot of the time. You're not going to get thrown, but Jot ends up running into the stand medium kick. We do have the activation ready this time. Knife for the kill.
Dang, Nephew. Without that big boy damage you'd like to see from Cody. Finally getting a little more comfortable in this neutral. Results coming through too as well. And having an air-to-air approach, because you can't anti-air with the standing fears. You have something if you go to air with that new target combo. So that's real good on the side of Nephew. Challenging again on the right with the 4-frame B skill. Medium ruffian puts him in the corner.
I say we are pressing buttons on our wake-ups right now. Ooh, we tried the V-skill too right there, traded. So Nephew still racking up that stun. John trying to bust out. Only gonna bust down into an L, unfortunately. Nephew going up in the set.
Oh man, if you're Jot, I don't think Manat would be a bad pick right here to deal with the likes of Cody. Keep him out all damn day. That's kind of a play. The long range game does well against Cody overall. Like we see that with likes of Sim, Poison in some situations too as well. However, you do have to worry about the Exalt catching you every so often and putting you in these bad situations because her reversal situations are not that good. Even if she does reversal light, it's not so good, and it's not even going to come to light because Jot is sticking with the Luke. All right.
Yeah, but not staying in the dark. Unfortunate. I would have liked to see it as well. I think you could put up a fight, especially early on while you still have a game to kind of switch to another character. You can switch back to the Luke, but he's riding it out right now. We talked about it. It's cuffing season, bro. These players are committed to their characters.
Hey, I like that right there. EXDP though, through the fireball to make a fall. Back switch from the throw play, medium kick. That back heavy kick every so often. Maybe looking for a hit the fireball, get the crush. But now the counter, here's the activation for the plus strand. Hold his back though, bro.
You'll be X. Oh, try with the tick though that time, but Job betting on the up forward, and that was a huge bet. Oh my goodness, slow-mo. Hit him with the wall, but he drops the charge knuckle combo.
It's unfortunate. Does bar though. Catches the walk back a little bit. Oh, me. Fireballs the knife on the table, and again.
Leading the knife, the wind, everything. Nothing can stand up to this V trigger. Gone now, though. Oh, my goodness. He was looking for that. He had the buffer behind it. Speaking of which, right there. Nephew, beautiful stuff. Having the ruffian follow-up ready.
He's steady. Love this right here from Nephew. That's going to be an easy play right there for Nephew. Going for the light in the ruffian. Gets the follow-up with the heavies on too as well. Try to walk in for the throw. No go, Bozo. Gets the medium, gets the side switch. Right. The B skill with the punch here from Nephew. Bring up the buttons, I should say.
Oh,
and gets a counter it too.
That
You're
was
dead.
so meaty right there. Beautiful hesitation. Oh, okay. Super kick party. The Young Bucks are back after all. Nephew celebrating here on the CPT World Warrior West. Went up 2-0 here. One match away from getting to that top 3 losers finals.
So close to doing so. Right at that very last match. And honestly, he's so dominant like that. He's doing such a good job of doing all the things that you see from Luke. I see y'all complaining. I saw some of y'all saying, man, is Luke nerfed? He has been nerfed. That crouch mini kick is more whiff punishable. Some of his buttons are a little bit easier to deal with, and his activation routes are not as strong. Even beyond all that, even though Luke's buttons are fantastic, they are whiff punishable. Medium punch is whiff punishable. And we've been seeing Nephew stay outside that distance, waiting for the whiff to get the hit, get that big boy damage that Cody can access off his medium punch. He sets up shot before that with the medium kick. If you're Jot, you have to worry about that medium kick starter, so that builds up the EX bar. That's a John Takuchi special right there.
Indeed. And you alluded to this earlier, right? We saw way more players than just Chris CCH dabble with the Luke. A whole lot of them put a lot of time into that character, and he's really the only one holding it down consistently in tournaments. So even though the character is extremely good, it's not the best fit for everybody and for every situation. Nephew, though, already showed that V skill. It was a good answer the first time, not so much the second time.
That heavy one coming down is hard to delete off the table with the V skill. It's in that right range. And, so most people just prefer to go for the V skill too, but still, he'll make it work. He's got the bar at the bottom for the activation. I just there off the EX on.
Yeah, I do like the V skill 1 up against like these dive kicking characters or the axe kick, whatever you have to alter your air trajectory. Oh, does get clipped at the end. The explosion. Catching my man Flitch and Jot now. He's going to try the set game to bring himself back into the set.
Kind of like this, because if you activate as Nephew, at this point, you don't have any defense on the deck for the V reversal. So you have to hold that pressure. That's defense. Anti right there. He said, the V skill ain't going to work. I'm going to hit you with the heavy ruffian as an anti, drop him down to the ground.
That was impressive for sure, seeing the ruffian kick anti-air like that. But Jot, seeing this time and time again too, players get walked into the corner and then they're able to switch the advantage on the screen. Jot doing it here with the Seth. Oh, catching him again with the V skill.
The activation caught the button. I feel like that was a setup the entire time to stay fine. Wasn't able to get that cross shooting kick. Unfortunate. No, don't know what he was going for the V skill, but that didn't kill. Jot, finish it. The follow-up zonk in the light to make him drop. What happened? There were like 10 ways for Jot to play for that kill. But sometimes, as you saw before, you switch the characters and your hands get a little funny, but still, Jot staying alive.
Yeah, definitely a funky sequence of events to close out that round for sure. Nephew and Job, both players, seem to have some flubs at the end, but it's all good. Job, as you mentioned, had a DV skill still stored. So in a situation that's chaotic like that, bringing that out, where it's very easy to forget about it, right? You think the Hecatongaries is the end of the block string, and then you get caught slipping. Oh, wow, it actually beat the ruffian kick just perfectly spaced.
It looks like it might be a painful thing right there. If you try to put that medium kick on the deck right there, that V-skill could come through. And now the EX follow-up, dive down to the ground with a dive kick. That's the end of the round. That's stunned. You see the fadeaway play with that heavy kick, walk it back. It's the throw bait. Hold on. Just one moment. Oh, never mind. The DP. You still have bar at the bottom too as well. Could it EX, DP, or the Hecatongaries? Either way, Jot staying optimal and staving off set point.
If I'm Nephew, I'm switching V skills after this game if I lose. Like, after seeing the V skill 1 whiff on the axe kick entirely, I'm like, oh, no, I'm done. I'm going to the other one.
Yeah, it's good even if you get like the follow-ups too as well. Like you're losing out damage, unfortunately, that you typically have with this character. Like right here, he's gonna have to go for up ruffian instead of just getting the follow-up and more corner carry. So I definitely think that if it goes down like that, it's time to switch.
Yeah, Jaw does have to close out this round here, and Nephew's the one with the light advantage for now. Oh, still gets clipped, and yeah, you get the full combo. Not ready to counter that sequence from Jot. Oh, and he gets caught reaching. That's big damage here. Getting very close to the stun. Drops the second hecatomb.
Oh!
Oh my goodness.
Can you do the tournament combo? Can you do the tournament combo in a tournament? Are you kidding me? The double hecatokeries? You lost it because you did the double hecatokeries. All right? You can't do the double one in tournament. Do not do tournament combos in tournament. This don't happen.
Indeed, man. That is rough for Ja to go down like that. Now Nephew here on set point against try to get into this losers finals. Go against JB. Oh yeah, tick throw city here. Ja wants to force a game 5. Does catch him with the counter that time. Not too much of a follow-up, but we still just are pressing in this corner here. One hit away from stun. Nephew presses the panic button. The V skill gonna allow that to deplete.
Chuck, it's a side switch. Counter hit. Oh, he's got a ton of bar at the bottom. Gonna hit him with the super. Not the biggest in terms of damage. He's still alive. One more hit though. Oh, I lied the trade.
Yeah,
bar at the bottom.
Luckily for Nephew, it was on Seth, right? So he put him pretty much one throw away from death. But he just runs into this shot, cutting him off, but he doesn't kill. Doesn't go into the right sequence.
One hit, Will. One touch. Nephew, the dash up. The bar at the bottom. EX, he spins the bar.
He does. So you don't gotta worry about chip anymore. Oh, and
it's gonna be a whiff.
The EX hecatonkeries right there, just outside the range. Good stuff from Nephew, hitting the walk back, right? It looked like Ja, once he kind of resigned himself to using that EX, he wanted to keep using it to put you down to like what a single strike was going to kill you, right? Because it does do a good amount of chip. And my man was not going to let that happen. Great stuff from Nephew.
And the heavy kick of all things, the whip punish to make sure the job is done. He gets his win and moves on the bracket against JB. That solidifies our losers finals. Closer to that end situation. We're going to find out who is going to be qualified. There's some things that I think are hotly contested in terms of points. I think things are getting real close with it. If you want to get close with that coupon code button, you can definitely do so. Exclamation mark. Run that in the chat just like that with the Matcherino, and you can give some love to these players, give you some fantastic action. Look out here, people. I see all y'all crying about Luke. Guess how many Lukes y'all saw? Only a few. Even Chris CCH brought his old bay. So why don't you bring out some of them codes, them clicks. If you got a little money, make it funny. Throw it up in that bank. We'll get to a losers finals.
If you know it's cuffing season for real, if Chris CCH brought out the Sakura, bro. Man. It's cold outside, bro. Holy smokes.
That's a messed up song, bro. That's a messed up song. I can't listen to that song anymore. Ooh.
Yo, how cold is it right now over there?
See, I forget that you don't have winter. You just have like
one
season.
See, I'm chilling.
It is 20 degrees. It's 20 degrees, bro. It don't make no sense.
It's not actually 20 degrees, is it?
Yes.
Oh
yes.
All right.
It's
the
cold.
weather is indeed frightful. Not as frightful as the Cody mirror that we're seeing right now. Nephew and JB, look at us slug it out. Both of them came in the jumpsuit too. They know what they're here for.
One can survive.
This is not Mayor Cody. This is criminal Cody. We're looking to do damage here. Looking to rob.
Yeah, sorry. The fugitive. Fugitive fights right here. You can't see this on YouTube. Ooh, off the light. Activation too as well. Some damage to the deck and that low rough for that Oki. Walks back with the block just like that. It's my turn to party with that EX Zonk and finds a finish.
You try to toss the knife at him. Put that away, fam. You better keep that on you, bro. You can't just throw your shank away. It's gonna take time to make a new one.
Exactly. We're gonna make a shake out of him. Covers. Actually, I don't even know what you make shakes out of these days. But right now, I know the Nephew is piecing up the corner call with a walk back like that. I was gonna say something horrible. I'm gonna stop right now.
Oh man. Ooh, that was sick from JB though. Had the eggs ready on the other side, so good damage, but the knife is gone, and Nephew is like, you're not ready for my song. We're gonna get at it. Yes, checks him with the low. He was blocking his legs though. And you don't got as much range. I got a knife.
Knockdown, this is good. EX takes the round. Nephew, as soon as his eyes were open, knocked him right back to sleep. That's the feat. Nephew with the first one. It said pick a different character, bro. What is with y'all playing Cody? Chris? Now JB?
Literally,
y'all gonna feel the power of the Zonk?
I was gonna say everyone in our top 3 has played Cody. Nephew and JB Anchors. I guess in our top 4, right? Because it was Nephew and Jot was playing Cody earlier.
Yeah.
All right.
And he's still running it.
The sauce is out here on these streets. You know what people are into on the West Coast, apparently.
Top tier out here. I respect that. Hey,
Yeah, I think
you go to where it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to what's good.
Oh, yeah, vanilla low confirmed. Thanks. A little activation to the knife. Look at the reward.
Well, that's the same combo the Nephew hit him with previously. Heavy's all coming through and getting a medium punch follow-up. That is a ton of damage and corner carry. It's a corpse drop.
Yeah, that was
that knife off the medium.
hell of an Oki situation, too. Oh, he caught him with
whip
the
throw
push
again.
forward.
Brother, what is going on with whip throw button?
Staple. More reliable. Oh, yeah, doesn't get caught flinching off the plus frame zonk that time. Oh, no, but the ruffian. Failed buffer. Unfortunate for JB.
Round 2.
Nephew. Get closer and closer to game point. Looking real solid right here in this mirror match like that. Heavy kick. Think I can turn just yet. JB getting caught with that medium kick. Nephew's found a successful button. That's standing medium punch. You've seen that time and time again. A lot of Cody years. Running that medium punch to delete the medium kick. It's kind of like an RPS. The other option is EX off.
Yeah, I feel like that's why, you started to see the raw ruffians from both sides too, right? Like, we're definitely trying to find options to pass that space up. Now the knife you gotta think about. Oh, everybody you do, but apparently you don't gotta think that hard. The stand heavy kick coming through.
Rush counter buzzer, bro. Like that, 'cause it's gonna at least deal with the knife. He stabbed the knife out of the air.
Saw
That's
that?
some Baki stuff right there. Bro, that's some Baki stuff right there. You thought that's a guest character. It's like, whoa. Oh, fierce. Did it kill?
EX
connects.
afterwards.
Brother. This is why they want to play Cody. The power of no neutral. I'm done. I'm done. I want you to fear me while I'm walking back and forth. You have no idea if I'm holding us off or not. And that sets up shot for like medium kick, medium punch, all the other blessed buttons of this character. That mid sack just rides on you, even if you're playing Cody.
Yeah.
Maybe even goes for a switch, bro.
Yeah, honestly, it really feels like Nephew kind of has the edge in this mirror match. It doesn't feel like he's just getting the hits kind of like going in his favor and he's able to snowball. It just feels like he's got a more understanding of how to play the neutral of the mirror, but JB's sticking with it regardless.
So let's figure out how to play this character right now. Nephew on game point, finding whip punch against all these buttons of Cody. Block, walking back like that, and doing a bar in these sequences too as well. Even on block, good thing about Cody is, again, he is a battery. Continuously countering these buttons. Heavy kick, catches the activation before he even come out. Almost done, heavy kick, ruffian against the throw bait. You see him, oh my God, JB.
Oh,
Okay. Y'all trolling, bro.
Man's was wiping let that play out before entering the ring right there. That was wild.
I'm done.
The meaty ruffian was, or it wasn't even meaty, but like the delayed ruffian to catch the tag or whatever it was actually heartless. That was ferocious, bro.
Cold as hell. No prenup. Cold as hell. Taking everything. It's the counter hit lie. Almost done and done. Makes him hold a throw. And Nephew gets a W. Three's it? No, he does not.
Nephew, bro.
Yo, finish the job.
For real.
Finish the damn job.
Oh,
I'll be ruffian again against the. I don't know what happened. I know he held that pressure like EX Fireball. I do know that JB will be going down 3-0 against Nephew. Nephew goes to grand finals in the weirdest way possible. Are y'all good?
Can we? What's Nephew's last name? Is it Jackson? Is it Uso? What are all these super kicks happening, bro? Like, man's just throwing super kicks like he's in a tag team. I don't know what's going on, but they're working, so I can't really hate on it.
I can't either, man. This is Dark Nephew right here. He said, I'm making content out of you. You're through, but he's not through just yet because our grand finals is going to be Chris CCH on the winner side, Nephew on the loser side, and you'd be a big loser if you ain't using these coupon codes. I'm telling you. How do we have 14 people not using these codes? There's 227 of y'all. Come on now, use those codes to go get the taste slapped out of your mouth. It's just that's what's gonna happen. You know what? Luke gonna come through, and he gonna ruin your lives. They're gonna buff Luke. Capcom gonna be like, you know what? You ain't gonna support the scene. Bet we're gonna buff Luke. Don't let it happen, chat. Come on, don't let it happen. 14 codes.
Somebody link me the Matcherino. I'm gonna get the code myself.
Get them. Come on now. Let's throw down with these codes. We throw down
Nice.
for our
Thank you,
grand
thank you.
finals coming up. There it is. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Get these codes. Come on now. Some codes.
Damn, bro, that's how long it took me, bro.
That
Made-
was seconds.
Literally, bro. Probably less than 10 seconds, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I saw
Let's
a
go.
bison. What in the world is this, Chris
What?
CCH? This man really is 11.
He said, I can't play 11. I'm going to hit random select.
What is this costume? Is it, you trying to fool him into not being bison, bro? What is undercover agent? Man, it's double O
Bison on
bison.
Wednesdays. Double O bison. The bison on Wednesdays, bro.
Oh, okay.
Walk around the town, yeah. Going down, man. Heavy song, follow-ups. This your character, Chris?
If Chris got a bison, I'm gonna lose my mind. There's no.
I feel
right?
insulted.
Like he can
Nah,
beat me with the bison, but nephew, I don't know about that.
Yeah. It's so different. Oh, Nephew felt that too. He said, "Let me get that heavy kick ruffian though, get that throw bait," but not gonna happen. Off the low, it's over. That light kick activation is so nasty. Quick with it, quick with it. Nephew don't want to do too far up the distance is Chris CCH, and he's got some games to play. I guess he's in the winner side. Nephew went twice to make it nice, but I don't know if he's gonna be messing around too much. Likes the Nephew.
Yeah, definitely. Chris has that cushion for sure. We'll see though. This is a bit of bison round so far until he committed to the flames. I don't know about that one. It was
What
looking
is this?
good
What does this do?
yeah.
What does this do?
He's like, oh, non-charge. I'll press this.
What's this Inferno thing? I will say this though, like Chris, he's doing a good job right now because Bison does do well in the neutral overall against his character. We'll see if that even comes to fruition. Because right now, Nephew working back like that. Reversal, great life on the deck. He's fireball, locking him down. Plus frames. Dashing, getting a counter hit, didn't commit with it. Way more damage up the table from the side of Nephew.
4-frame punish right there, and then ooh, the overhead staying just outside the range of the crouch jab reversal too. I like that from Nephew. Spaced well, did the right amount of damage he needed. It's a great choice to end the round.
All right, Chris, if you taking requests, let me see Zeku. Let's see if you got a Zeku, bro. Let me see if you got a Zeku. let me see if you're real. Let me see if you're actually real.
Let me see. You better be both stances too. I don't want to just see the young or the old, bro. Better show me you have both.
Exactly.
Ooh, good stuff right there. Having the buffer ready after the light kick. But speaking of having things ready, the Zong was there for the combo follow-up. Now we got the corner. Man, Chris, get off him, bro. Waking up with the stand jab. Not even the 3-framer.
Bro, yeah, you're right. It was a stick. That's like, he's almost find a button, bro. One of these is gonna work out. Gets a target combo in. Should be able to find the fish with the follow up. The grimace. Yeah, menace. All right, Chris. This Bison kind of working a little bit. I have to slow this down a little bit.
Swiping with the big buttons. Chris, though, you can tell he's definitely trying to pick his spots. Really trying to counter punch with Bison more than play his own game plan. I think that's just because he doesn't really have a set game plan with the character due to probably lack of experience on it. But still, his skills will take him far regardless.
That's true. And Bison is really good in terms of like their own offense is pretty easy to understand the offense of what Bison wants to do. There's pressure sequences too as well. If you don't have the 3-frame, it's harder to challenge and get trades. And Cody is at, but there's Nephew. Wow. Drop down to the ground with the EX stomp, the fadeaway and play off that jump, back heavy kick. Gets a big hit right here. He's got the bar at the bottom. May not even need for the super to kill, to be honest. He gets that heavy zone combo. Backboard.
Yeah, it was all good stuff from Nephew right there. Once again, a stand medium punch. Man, just paying out with that dividend. That investment is good. Yeah, it's unfortunate for Chris. The first time he tried to slide V-trigger, he got jump back punished. So it's like, damn, son, you try to go for the Bison Classic, and Nephew was like, no.
Oh, you're gonna activate on me. I know what happens after this. B trigger into robbery into I make an angry tweet. The backboard, V skill, low rough here for the Oak. Try to kick, keep it flush. Try to go for the throw for the forward. Heavy kick connects. And the activation. They get the follow up with that. Bro, this is looking nah. Get this Dusty Bison out of here. If Nephew wins, you gotta switch to Zeku, bro. Come on now, give me Zeku. I know you listen to give me Zeku. Get off the Bison, give me Zeku. Don't make me go to your stream and ask.
The crack kick from Cody. I love seeing that move actually. The down forward heavy kick. Or whatever the input is.
I will say though, like Nephew definitely understands this matchup overall and where to stand, and more so in V Trigger. Like I feel like he gets really comfortable in V Trigger. He knows that these things are going to hit a lot harder, and he knows he can play at better ranges against Bison where he typically wouldn't be able to. Chris has to work around that if he keeps playing this character.
I really do think the V Trigger on Cody, I mean, especially with a knife, it just makes him such a potent character. Like everything he does is so dangerous from that point on. And Chris, I can't believe he stayed with the Bison the whole set, huh? Wow.
Bro, I don't know why, but Mans will do what he gotta do. Jags, try to get the side switch. They just throw though. Medium, no confirm.
Dude, Chris, what in the world is happening right now? Oh, okay. Tick throw this time. Keep the Nephew locked down. Cycle. Oh, doesn't bite, but yeah, we activate to keep that safe. Try to just commit to the command throw. Not gonna happen.
Oh, hold this throw though. With the bar to bomb, wakes up the light, good blocks, but it can't block a command grab. Blast, keeps it meaty again, gets another one to get the win. Chris, bro, if you win this tournament with Bison, bro, I'm done commentating, bro. I'm done. I'm done.
That was such a non-Bison player thing to do. That's why it worked. Like for him to do command grab, immediate pop into dash up command grab, I've never seen any Bison do that.
No. Even when I play this character, you go up for other options. So I'll just do it again.
Yeah, that was nuts.
You got him in the corner. Counter EX connects. Look at that stun. Should be able to get closer to getting it done. Look for one more option after this. That'd be Ruffian. Medium kick. Ruffian didn't get the hit, but the trade will definitely get what it has to do. Nephew is on reset point, I should say. Almost a set point. Ain't so easy.
No, Chris. Bring out the Bison precisely because, as you said, he has the safety net of being on the winner's side in grand finals. But still, it's going to be a lot of momentum. Nephew's going to be nice and warmed up here. Even if Chris brings out one of his main chickens, it's still going to be a monstrous run for Nephew.
Good pressure. The crouch mini kick against the medium Ruffian and the back throw. Slide applied right there. Waiting for the on-block situation. Do so off this target combo. Beers. That's a good button against medium kick, by the way.
EX again, he's like, you know what the original song is? EX scissor kick, and right there whips into the target combo afterwards. Chris CCH staying alive on the Bison? Word?
Bro, what? If he does, I'm done. I'm gonna question everything. I'll be sitting by the beach staring up at the sky being like, how did this even happen? Nephew, you can't let this happen to you.
Like me and Odin are gonna be on the beach. I'm gonna start commentating dog competitions. Winston? What's a Winston to Odin, bro?
Let's get him, Odin. I'll race him. Odin ain't outracing nobody. But I'll tell you what, I'm gonna have to choose something different with it because Chris is making a comeback and he might be able to take Nephew down with this Bison pick. It's a good counter pick to Cody, but you have to understand how to play. But honestly, it's not Chris knowing the matchup. It's Chris just doing a little bit better job of layering on this offense, and Nephew need to be better about the defense.
Yeah, 100% right. It's really coming down to their fundamental skills and just kind of putting themselves in positions where, I mean, the characters almost don't matter. It's just like very common, like Street Fighter V meta decisions that you need to make. That was really good for Nephew, though.
Yeah, backed up away from that down forward. Just wakes up the finals right there. The light activation. Last. He stopped for the right way to come through. Let's see more of those grips. No crusher. The X-Fire will lock him down. Walk up throw. It's good for Nephew. Until there's the anti there. I see the matchup experience here from Nephew.
Yeah, calm, cool, and collected on both of the EX double reverses, then tosses them in the trash after. Get those gimmicks out of here.
I want that real game. Now reset point again.
Ooh,
You
Chris,
challenge after
that
+1?
Straight up.
What? You good, Chris? Damn.
Chris willing to do it right there. I like it. +1 there. Oh, and he actually went with the sway. What an answer.
Gotta do that. When you see the call to get the blast, you get so much off of that. But obviously, there's so much more reward on the side of Bison too. Nice interruption. EX Inferno puts him in the corner, trying to get the fadeaway. Not gonna happen. No shimmy.
Ooh, from off the activation, might have been tough to get an actual combo follow-ups. He tried dash in and mix him up. For CCH surviving for now. You can see how early that jump in hits when the knife's out.
Do not let that reset happen. Psycho Crusher lets him stay alive and stave off that set point. Not bad with these confirms. Not bad with the offense. The defense looking too good too.
There's no way, bro.
There's no way though. Right? There's no way. Come on.
Oh, the EX chasing him down already. No more bar to his name, but Chris, oh, big jump back, honestly. Preventing the side switch was huge.
Psycho, the scissor kick, puts him in the corner. Activation, off the sway. This is so tense right here. Chris makes it back like that. I don't know though, hold on now, corner carry. Crouch Fierce, Oki. What a
Great
tag.
work punish on the Fierce. Oh, again, the Psycho Blast called out via the sway. Those frames, oh my goodness, he's trying to get him with some type of frame trap with that Crouch Fierce.
This defense from Chris. Jump Fierce. Now Psycho Crusher. Nephew trying to fade away. No absorption. The side of Chris.
What's he scheming on, man? V-Trigger 2's almost up. Oh, yeah, I think he wanted to get in a range. Maybe Nephew was worried about the command grab. Like he's about to dissipate, but Chris doesn't need to bring that out. Instead, the EX Scissor finishes the job. We actually have a 2-2 set here in Grand Finals on the Chris CCH Bison.
Man, pressed after EX Zonk. That's Sabare. Chris CCH. If he takes this tournament, this is the last, and I mean the last, World Warrior tournament before we get to the finals. It'll be a statement. Neff, if you lose to this, you better come at him correct next time you see him in the bracket of the finals. But I want to prophesize no demise.
That is definitely a message, though, that is like, bro, fundamentally, as a player in this game, there's levels to this, and ain't none of y'all reaching me.
That's nasty. Back to turn on that minor situation. That's good for Chris. From that gray life, too, as well. We will pitch it with the blast. We've seen the V-skill being exemplified, too, as well.
Ooh, Chris, he got it right there to stand Pierce into the flames. That was great damage. Oh, Nephew just looking for a spot to activate. Does tech, but man, that knife is so good post throw tech.
Good activation, though. Chris trying to get that command grab. No go, Bozo. I'm going to challenge right there, too. I got that bar situation. Knife throw, plus frames. EX, more plus frames right there. Hold this throw. And Nephew with way better corner pressure right there, locking him down. And no V-bar to save you with V-reversal. Again, reset point.
Exactly. Chris was going to have to hard call out that EX whirlwind with like an EX stomp or something like that to get out of the situation. It was going to be so tough to escape otherwise.
Arms from Chris off the Fierce. Backed up from Nephew. Give it a button to with the medium kick. I like that from Chris.
Same. Oh, but the ruffian is committed to that time. Rough buffer. Ooh, crack kick. Damn, my man just wanted to get
walking
intimate.
back.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Chris, cool, calm, and collected with that slow bison walk speed. It don't matter.
For other characters, other players, he does, but
Oh, yeah.
likes of Chris. And Nephew get that confirm it a super. To find the finish, he's looking for the blast. Gonna reset the bracket. Back throw. Chris CCH on tournament point with Bison. Winner side against men like Nephew. You're kidding me.
Nephew's Cody. This is wild. After being down 2-0 in this set as well, sticking with the Bison, I could have sworn he was going to switch. But look at this now, 1 round away. Leader heavily favoring Nephew right now. He's got all the zonks he could want in the world. Chris trying to build to that first bar if he wants to skip some neutral with the EX scissors.
Kick again with punish on the crack kick. Knock him down. Here's Nephew though, that EX once again getting that corner push situation, and then the back throw to his water. That's sudden damage as much as possible.
I'll get the successful jump in, but yeah, damage left on the table a little bit. V-trigger does pop onto the sweep, the slide, I should say. Oh, try to get the command grab in, but Nephew reading that heavy gets the backdash going.
The bar on the side of Chrissy CH. So what he wants to do, you know, is going to be a little bit more telegraphed. He's going to make the comeback. EX plus frames holds the throw. Get back for Chris. He's caught for the corner again off the low. There we go. We're going to have a reset. Nephew saying, pick your main. Pick your main.
Cody.
For real, man. So close to actually bringing it all the way back with the Bison, but Nephew not going to let that happen. We're all knotted up for real this time. 0-0, both players in losers bracket. Now I'm interested to see what Chris does. Like, I'm like, did you just gain a bunch of confidence on the Bison? Are you going to stick with it because you were a round away from winning after being down 2-0? Or since it's the reset, since it's business time, are we going to see one of the business characters?
Yeah, I'm trying to see some of that Luke play today. I know what y'all don't want to see, but I want to see them at their highest, their top spot, you know. Because obviously these two players are going to be qualified already for the World Warrior top 8. However, I want to preview, I want to taste, I want some of that appetizer before we get into the real deal next month. What's going to happen with Chris is going to choose? I may go with Bison. He's going with Bison. He's going to be a troll. Yeah, he's doing Bison. Yeah, he's doing Bison.
Round 1.
You right. So, I mean, whether it's for troll purposes, entertainment purposes, whether he's got, you know, a bet and going out with somebody, or whether he just gained a bunch of confidence from that first set, either way, we are getting the Bison here at 0-0.
That's true. Again, I don't mind this matchup, you know, if you're a Bison player, this is great. You love seeing Cody on the screen. You can fight this character better with the neutral. You can harass him in the areas where he wants to be with a medium kick, with a medium punch on the side of Bison. So, yeah,
that's a good point, though. There is so many prominent Codys now, right, that if you are having a character that's good in the matchup is definitely very valuable. Awesome forward. Oh, the Psycho Blast. This one was a little bit too early. Still clipped him. I'm on the verge of stun here. You got to guess for the game, and you guessed incorrectly. Chris striking first blood.
Round 2.
Do a fantastic job of layering the pressure and approach with something different with it, hiding the attention of the command grab. Doing that EX blast too as well to call it the sway. That's what makes the sway play not so strong up in the matchup when Bison has bar. You can switch it up a little bit. EX scissor kick to try to get the knockdown. Good block. Nephew with the preempt the sway. That might be some data for Chris later on.
Yeah, Chris definitely is the type of player that will use your preemptive actions against you later on for sure. Oh, but Nephew with the tip of the range of that stand medium kick. And big rewards here in knife also. Then him huge damage. Stun, not quite.
Throw tech. Yo, what attack. But the medium kick connects. Either way, Nephew already had it in the bag right there. And this is like the game plan. It's got to be for Nephew, it seems like. Put him in the corner, run that knife pressure, and call corner. It should be a wrap like that. You keep that knife pressure continuously. Chris trying to stop that from happening. But never mind. That'd be fine. Better round start even for him.
That first time he didn't push anything behind it. He just, I think, got a little discouraged from that. Seeing some damage left on the table, committed to the ruffian on the second. Oh, but the backdash from Nephew have been so clean against multiple characters and command grabs. Big crush counter, breaking the glass, doing mad damage here. Oh, you ain't going nowhere. Light kick into the EX Zonk, taking the first game and taking his first real lead of Grand Finals.
Really like the pressure that Nephew's putting on, something different with it on these wake-up situations. Usually be going for a little bit something more structured like EX Zonk, and like then he'd start the party. But now you see him utilizing better buttons and things like that, getting these crush counters, and getting a lot more conversions that are either learning the corner situation a lot quicker, or adding up in more of these Oki situations for Cody. So even before he gets the knife, he's staying way more solid against the likes of CCH. And now getting a jump in on the whip button.
Yeah, Nephew, I mean, he's looking like he might run away with a set. Even though Chris had gained a lot of confidence from those W's with Bison in that first one, Nephew just looked so solid. As soon as he gets in, he's just been making correct decision after correct decision. However, Chris now, speaking of that, walks right back out. You thought I was going to go for an immediate throw, but I was scheming on you the whole time.
Hey. The scheme to make this man lean right now. Looks like Chris CCH putting them shimmy situations with some throws every so often. Here we go, Nephew with that EX bar at the bottom. A dangerous threat round start. You gotta worry about that EX zonk. It's striking back like that, getting the counter hit combo. Put him in the corner. V skill building up from that V bar. Keeping it moving with that crouch mini kick. It's looking deadly. And as soon as I say this, Chris gets that V bar, that V trigger. Set up shop with the bomb.
Exposed to the last second. Oh no, but Nephew trying for a big button. He gets cut off at the pass. V-shift real quick to reset the neutral. Oh my goodness, the bad dash, and then he had the buffer on the extended herb box. That was clean.
Oh, couldn't finish it off that medium. One more hit, he'll just throw out a fireball to make this man fall. A safe option to seal it. Nephew might be going to game point real soon.
Knife Dash does get chased down that time. It's been such a prominent tool for Nephew. Back to back with the Psycho Axe. Was very confident Nephew was going to sit there and respect the plus frame.
Blocks right there for Nephew though, staying solid. Hands look like a pack of Legos, blocking everything. Now for the blast. We haven't really seen a V skill absorption from the side of Chris. Maybe afraid of the medium roughly coming through. That might be the option too. V skill knocked out either way. Heavy kick activation, try to find an opening. Chris caught up in the corner. We talked about how this corner pressure has to be on point. We'll take down Bison. He's out of there. Sweep off the feet.
Yeah, big slide from Chris, honestly. Is setting up the corner on his own V trigger. He can't quite get into range safely to threaten with the command grab. Definitely hard to do so. Nephew, though, the one threatening, gets his EX zonk, tosses him in the corner. A little bit of punish,
but nothing too big. Yeah. Saw that bar at the bottom and that awkward angle where Bison can't really anti-air. Either player wakes up with the light, and that's good night. Chris CCH still in the game. Woke up with the light. We've seen the challenges that Nephew has put on. Crouching medium punch, hell, EX zonk or meaty fireball. He will follow that wake up light button.
Yeah, man. And I mean, it actually worked out that Chris could never quite get into range to threaten with the command grab because he had that extra bit of V trigger at the end to follow up with the Psycho Crusher and get the damage he needed. Doing that stuff to not be so discouraged about getting locked out of one of your options, right? Just taking what the opponent gives you. Very better move.
Counter off the medium, cut and pressing buttons right there. The tech throw after that light. You're still canceled. Bishop with some options. EX plus frames, cut and pressing buttons after that. It's a wrap, the stun. Off that grip.
And then the in and out just to throw him during the recovery of his throw tech attempt. Chris CCH now the one grooving.
He's moving and grooving right now. Man, using that walk speed almost to his benefit right there. It's hard to see people get out shimmy by Bison.
Yeah.
Chris able to do so.
Staying so active with the EX scissors too, really just trying to force his way in, play his game, try to make Cody uncomfortable.
Walking it low, walking back like that, wait for the EX. Walks up from Nephew not getting knocked down with that hard knockdown. See a lot of bar. Undeterred though is Chris. Blast. Over in the corner. Try to get a whip punish against that fierce. Whips the throw. Counter hit. EX connects. More decision. And he holds the throw with all that bar at the bottom. Chris with no fear.
Yeah, right. All that bar at the bottom. Had the knife out too. You figured Nephew would try to make a move, but I guess he just wanted to like solidly try to block it out to give himself a better opportunity to press that button. But I mean, Chris just guessed right on the Oki situation, immediately went into the throw, and now one game away.
And we see the whip punishes, we see the shimmies. All right, Chris, this Bison, I gotta say it's real enough. Maybe it's not like, you know, Problem X Bison, but you definitely see the player skill implemented in this character. It shows you how strong Chris is. Nephew has to take him down. Anti right there with the heavy ruffian. Keep him in the corner. Has to watch out for that feature activation. And swept up the feet.
Bison again now, Chris. Getting yourself back into this round. A couple throws, and that establishes the crush counter roundhouse to Kinshasa. Breaking the glass. Back throw, can't get the stun he's looking for, but he's staying in that ass. Gets the V-trigger activation off the slide. Gets the command grab. Lets him recover just to toss him one more time. Chris CCH, that was rude as hell, bro.
What timeline is this that Chris is about to take this tournament with the Bison pick against Nephew? Nephew finding a new main was sitting pretty and solid, things like that. Chris is like, let me catch up with this Bison, bro. Do not lose to men like Chris, because this will be content you're gonna make out of you. EX scissor kick, double scissor kick to get outside that corner push. Bro, my man is spinning bar to go far.
Bro, he is really feeling himself right now. He's doing these extended walk-ups with Bison's slow-ass walk speed. He's doing double EX scissor kick. Like, he is double psycho axe. Like, literally just feeling himself.
Swift buttons right here. Careful, Nephew. With bar at the bottom. Confirming the fears. In the blast. Crush. He in that ass. Look at that bar at the bottom. He's about to hit this man with a super. And he gets a counter hit. That'll do it. Chris CCH is your winner with the Bison pick to do it. No bar necessary.
Wow, man. And he just had the read on Nephew at the end right there. He knew exactly when Nephew was going to press those buttons at the end in both sequences. You could see the hesitation was perfect. The roundhouse hit, the subsequent button hit. I mean, my man's was literally cooking. I don't use that too often on commentary, but that, my man's was chefing right there.
Definitely doing some business. And, you know, Chris CCH, I guess I got to say, your Bison is real. You got a real Bison.
Wow,
I don't know if that was for a bet or whatever, but I got to rethink my choices. And but Chris, you ain't got to rethink what's going on with you. You definitely already been qualified. So is Nephew. And I don't know if this has been updated. You know, this is maybe what had happened previously in terms of like the World Warrior event in terms of the point system. Chris is up there first, Jot second, JB third, Filipino Man was fourth, Nephew was fifth, Lokito sixth, and Yanub was seventh, and then Mira was eighth. Things have been shifted now. So after this goes down, after this tournament has concluded and ended, we're going to see who's in those top spots. We've already seen that Chris CCH and Nephew and Jot and the likes are probably up there. We still have more to go in terms of who is going to be in that final seat for Capcom Cup. Another representative of the West Coast. We'll find out next month.
Yeah, man, December is about to be crazy because we got plenty of Capcom Cup qualifiers via Evo and all the online CPT premieres. But now, the finales of all the World Warrior events, West Coast, East Coast, Europe East, Europe West, the UK, the Nordic, the Baltic regions, Japan, everywhere, all the regions, Korea, all the regions are going to get their finales going for the World Warriors starting in December, which is starting tomorrow, baby. We are here. We are going to determine these Capcom Cup qualifiers. Man, December is going to be full of heartwarming moments and heartbreaking moments for sure.
I can't wait to watch the latter, especially the salty tweets, because they'll have to take a seat, or the only seat that they have for the LCQ coming through on the 12th of February. That'll be like, I guess, your final chance, whatever, or 13th, one of those dates in that week or that area. Make sure that y'all take out a lot of time, for that's going to be a whole week of Street Fighter V action. We'll be there in some capacity. You should be there watching the end of Street Fighter V go out in a fantastic style. But once again, we're going to take that West Coast spot next month. Make sure y'all keep it locked and loaded on all the channels of Level Up Style. And you got anything else you want to say to the people before we sign out of here?
It was good to commentate with you again, my man. It's always a fun time. Glad to hold it down with you on Street Fighter V, especially when it comes to my coast. You know what I'm saying? I hold them very close to my heart. So I'm glad you got to join me with them. Big ups to Level Up Live, holding down the production. Big ups to Capcom with the whole World Warrior system. Love to see these players showing out. Thank you to the players as well, giving us an entertaining ride as always. Thank you to the viewers for riding with us. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. We'll see you soon.